What is going on, everybody? It is every other Wednesday night here on Three Star Draw and Down South 77. And with me is my cousin.
Pop Blender. What's up? What's happening?
And we are, you say the next part.
We are 7's Wild.
Down South boys,
It,
talking boys.
there you go. Took me a minute. Took me a
We
minute
didn't
to
rehearse this part.
no. There was no rehearsal involved at all. And if
I'm
there
just glad.
was, it probably would have turned out the same.
This is glad you didn't have to make any last minute trips to the drugstore this time.
Oh no. Oh gosh. Yeah, none of those. Just the no last minute trips. Just had a trip stopped yesterday.
Yeah, tell about that. I was gonna ask you about that. That was crazy.
Oh, just on my way to work and experienced the flat tire. We have a lot of potholes here in Nashville, and they just don't seem to fix them. And when they do, they fix them really crappily. And so yeah, so I encountered the wonderful pothole of my dreams that I guess popped the inside of the tire, like the inside towards the car part, and it
Yeah.
and instead of the tread. So it's on the sidewall, and there was two distinct like pretty open spots. So I'm assuming that's what it was. But yeah, no, it's being late for work when you're the person. It's one thing to work in an office and maybe there's people there and whatever. But if you're the person there and you open and there's no one else to do your job, it's like, uh-oh. But AAA, hey, AAA, that membership comes in handy. And I gotta say, that guy was there quick. He was awesome, and got me back on the road. And it's a little freaky driving with four lug nuts instead of five, but everybody told me it was okay. So I trusted everybody. And this time it actually worked out.
It made that guy's job a little easier.
I guess. I don't know. When you have a new,
Just a little.
a drill, and you take
Yeah.
those lug nuts off, that job's pretty easy. And a floor jack, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not like
true.
me out there jumping on my tire iron trying to get that thing turned the lug nut, and I'm bouncing up and down on it, and I'm like, this is not working.
I had to do it one time and strip the lug wrench. I
Yeah,
couldn't
I
even
was a
use
little
the
worried.
lug wrench.
I was a little worried. And that little, that's the problem, man. Like the little one that they give you with
Oh
your
yeah.
jack in the car, it isn't worth anything. So I went and bought like a four-way, lug wrench,
Yeah.
and even then I need a breaker bar because I just couldn't get any weight on it, and I don't have a lot of weight to begin with. I needed to borrow some booty from somebody just to be able to maybe put a little bit more into it. But then see that caused a whole nother host of problems because later in the day I started going, damn, like my side is my back and my knee, and I'm like, what is? And it's because I was, bent down and on the ground and trying to pull that thing and then jumping up and down on it, and yeah, no, it was it sucks, man. And anymore, and look, folks, I've been on the side of the interstate in my life quite a bit. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I've had a lot of cars through the years, but nowadays being on the side of the interstate is even more harrowing because people don't look at the road, they look at their phone. And so every day, exactly, man, and you see it every day. You read a story, about somebody on the side of the road and whatever. And so I pulled off as far as I could to where I was still on flat, level
Yeah.
ground. But it's even more scary now than ever before. Um,
And that being what happened was the least of your worries, but what time of day was that, right when something
uh,
something was happening right at that time of day as well, right?
Well, so then that caused me to, so I had Breaker pulled up on Target and ready to go ahead and pre-order. And right as I'm pulling the website up on Target or whatever, then I get a phone call. I'm on the phone with AAA. Then they shoot me a text to go to a app or website to put in my location. Then I'm getting a phone call from the driver driving to me. So then I didn't get a chance to pre-order Breaker, but then when I got to work like 25 minutes late. So then all of a sudden people started coming in. It was a beautiful day. very windy, but beautiful day. And so when the pre-orders came up and I looked at my phone, it was like 20 after 12 or something. You sent me a text, you're like, "Hey, did you pre-order any?" And I'm like, no.
No,
No. I was like,
no, that was it. No,
but didn't even
busy.
get a chance. Didn't even get a chance. It was busy all of a sudden. And so then you came to the rescue and jumped in and pre-ordered all of them except for
Breaker.
Breaker, which is so weird to me. Like
Yeah,
so weird to me.
I was on pulse. We'll talk about this
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
little
That's
bit,
fine.
but
Yeah, we'll get into
yeah.
it.
So I want to go ahead and say hi to the chat because it's been
Yes.
rolling. We got
Yes. Yes.
22 people in here now, so hit that like button, guys. I appreciate it. I remember to say it toward the beginning, so go ahead and get into the chat. Not into the chat. We're gonna say hi to the chat. So.
Be interesting. Be quite interesting. Whoa.
You can't do that on television or YouTube.
Oh, wow. Blast from the past.
Dreadnought K6 in the house saying booga booga.
Yeah, there we go. Let me scroll up
Men-
here.
Menjoza's here. What's up, all? Son of a Crayon Slayer's here. Hey, now. Mr. Madgus, let's get this
What's
party
up?
started. Up in here, get this party started. So, let's see. Get on down the road a little bit.
Hey,
Bobby
there's 3-star
Wald.
draw.
Yeah, I saw that guy. Guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby. Everybody probably will be. I mentioned that the other night.
I didn't even think of that, right?
It's
That's
gonna be
great. Yeah, that's
Etsy.
great.
You can get them on Etsy. Ollie has some too. I actually said that during Chris McLeod during his live the other day. It's like now
That's
all I
funny.
need is some 1/12 Coca-Cola bottles, and everybody was like, "You can get them at Hobby Lobby. Order them from AliExpress." And like, sweet. Now I know what to do.
Right.
Joe Fan 84 is here. Turk Murphy Toy Solutions.
Turk.
Jay Astro says hi, Has-woes.
The hell was you
I
about
saw
to
all of that
say?
at once, and my brain just went, nope.
I already know. I already know exactly where you were going.
My brain said nope.
Holy
nope.
crap. That's awesome.
Ronnie Trickshot is in the house. Hello, down south lads from even further down south. And this is true story. Loves Mules is here. Hey, cuz, what's up?
What's up, sis?
Wraith Mace up in here. Hero, we are the hammer. How's the week going? Mine is going slow and cold. It's cold here. It was really nice Monday. Yesterday it was really windy but warm. Today it is cold. It didn't get out of the 40s today. And
Yeah.
windy.
Yep.
So just ready as always. My standard answer any Wednesday is just ready for the damn week to get over with.
It's just and also it's that time of year where we go like really beautiful days, and then all of a sudden it flips and it's 45 degrees colder.
Yeah.
Like today.
Yeah.
It's
one of the weeks that we'll have at least 3 of the 4 seasons.
Yeah. Because
it was 80 a week ago. We had a day it hit 80 here. So.
Still no real leaves on the trees, but we'll still go through the seasons though.
Yep. Sabir Del Norte is here.
Sabir.
Hold on, because I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this.
No, you got it.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna read it in Southern. I'm not even gonna try it.
All right.
Bone knew it. Tute Le Monde. Hi. Hey, 3-star and Brandon. I had to do it. What's going on, Sabir? How you doing tonight, buddy?
That could have been English down here. Like that literally could have been English down here. It could have literally been English words that someone spoke in the South, and you wouldn't know it.
That's one of my favorite things ever is just reading the language, or even English, but it just
sometimes
the hell out of it. Sometimes it's funny to promote a stereotype. Not always, not usually, but every once in a while. Derek Holloman is here. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
You got a
Frank doing
few.
on you.
Yeah, got a
Yeah.
few. Got to work them through.
Viper Scout in the house. Clint Jorgensen is here.
Yeah.
NDOT's
NDOT.
working to fix potholes throughout the county. 4 crews trying to fix 6,700 potholes.
It's
Get,
unbelievable, dude.
getting ours next. Man, they don't get in any hurry here.
Yeah.
Um,
And
at all.
if they are, then it's just there's too many.
Yeah, I mean they're huge. The interstates. What amazes me is how they just let the interstates go, like the pot, like what you hit, like on
Mm-hmm.
the where everybody is doing 70 and a 55 and 85 and a 70, and they'll just let these craters just widen. Like we've got entire lanes you have to avoid, and
But you know that like they're when you're driving, you know where they're at now. You memorize them,
yeah,
and then you find yourself 2 years later, still knowing where that pothole is because it's still there 2 years later. That's crazy to me.
yeah, it is. They'll be there, and then they'll come throw a little patch over them, and then the next time it'll rain, it'll freeze, and then that shit's just gone. So,
A patch. They
well,
actually use literally an actual band aid. That's what
it's a
they do. They
patch.
just put one big band aid.
It's the color of asphalt. It's a dirty band aid.
Mm-hmm.
Loves Mule says, the weather's so spastic, it's hard to be able to fix the potholes. It was 70 yesterday and spitting sleet this afternoon.
Yeah,
This
it
is
was. That
true.
was weird. I had to go get a new tire and was on the way home, and all of a sudden I heard like on my windshield, and I looked up and I thought, is it hailing right now? No, it was actual like little sleep balls. Sleep
Yeah.
balls.
It's little sleet balls, little
They
balls
are
of
what they
sleet.
are, folks. Yeah.
It's better than skeet balls.
Oh,
I guess
maybe.
depends on who you are.
I was gonna say.
I know I've met some people, man. Let me tell you. Uh, Mr. Madgus says my son drives box trucks, and we broke down on the E-way. I'm using freeway at night.
Either way.
The way them cars and trucks went buzzing by scared the hell out of me.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
No,
And
it really is.
they don't care down here.
No, but it really is. It truly is, and it's again with the way people don't pay attention and the way people, switch lanes now, wait till the last second to get on a interstate entrance ramp or off an exit ramp or whatever. And but yeah, no, it's nuts, man. It really is, and especially if you broke down where there's no shoulder. Where there's no, where you have nowhere to go, you're literally kind of stuck up against like one, the center wall or something
Yeah.
like that. That I can't even imagine because you're stuck. Yeah, there's no way you're running across the interstate. Like there's no way
No.
you're gonna try to do that.
No, it'd be midnight. You ain't gonna get across the interstate down here, not
No,
in town.
no, it's freaky, man.
Mm. Son of
Fond of,
Cram Slayer's fond of the sleep balls, and
yeah, yeah.
and
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Jay Astro, the dirty band-aid sounds like a sex thing. Sounds like a
I
band.
am, I am, I am. I
Dirt.
said I wanna get next to you. It's a great song, sex type
It
thing.
is a great song. It is a great song. So let's see. I highlighted a comment from
Comment.
Derek right here. We'll just go ahead and
Get into it.
talk about this while we're here. We were going to talk about it a little bit anyway. Has anyone watched Daredevil yet? This will be a great show. I finished episode 2 less than an hour ago. Last
Yeah,
night
yeah.
I was only able to watch episode 1 because I went over and watched Pop Blender and Matthew, who had also just watched 1. What do you think about it? No spoilers.
Um,
We ain't gonna do any
yeah,
spoilers.
no. I don't want to do any spoilers. Especially today. Um, yeah, personally, I'm a little concerned. Now I have, without revealing anything, watched someone that I know and watch a lot that has seen all 9 episodes, and I do know a lot. Um, I'm concerned, I guess, for me because, some people like a slow burn. And I've been told and heard it for a month now or more that this is a slow burn. First few episodes, it's a slow burn. And then it gets into it, right? You got like action at the beginning, slow burn leading up. I guess my biggest thing is like watching that old series. It didn't take 4 or 5 episodes to grip you, right? It took one.
No.
And the second season, even, I was a little concerned at the beginning because I liked what I saw. I knew it was a Punisher coming in. It's not a surprise or anything. This is, it's a 10-year-old series. Um, and it took me a couple episodes, even really in that one, to go, okay, let me suss it out. What's happening? What's going on? But it still, from the beginning, was like, boom. Even season 3, if you've seen season 3, it's a shit happens. If you didn't watch any of those other shows like Defenders or Jessica Jones or Iron Fist, you're kind of out of the loop a little bit. So to keep this short, even season 3, it took a couple episodes to get in, but it was still gripping at the beginning. I'm a little concerned just from some of the choices they've made right off the top uh, with characters, and there's new characters as well. You always introduce new characters into the shows. So yeah, no spoilers, but I'm a bit concerned. I may be in the minority from the people I've seen and watched and stuff. So we'll see. I need more time with it before I can really assess how I feel about it. But right off the top, I am a little concerned. It's Disney. It's Disney. So the track record speaks for itself. That's one thing that worries me.
Yeah.
Whereas Netflix had control 10 years ago, and different writers, showrunners, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What did you think? What did you think?
Say what's up to Lunchbox Killer here. What's going
Yes.
on, man? To join us. Um, so I liked it. Now you said you're concerned with it being Disney. I think that's probably all of our concerns with it being a Disney show. I am not. I'm not as concerned after seeing it because they did. They changed the tone from what they were originally going to go with. They were going to make it more lighthearted, and then they realized that wasn't what people wanted. So they said they were going to make it more like the Netflix series. And from what I've seen in the first 2 episodes, it is. It doesn't skimp on the violence. It doesn't skimp on the blood. It's got some language in it. Um, I'm happy with what I've seen. Without any spoilers, there is something that happens in the first 10 minutes of the first episode that I was like, holy shit, is this a dream sequence? So you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as you see it. If you've seen it, don't put it in the chat because some people probably have not.
Sure, a lot.
That concerned me a little bit, but as far as what's happening with it, it seems like it's moving really fast. There's some the key foundational stuff that happens seems like it introduces the concept and then all of a sudden you're right into the thick of it. That was a little troublesome, but I mean it doesn't really affect anything. But as far as the acting, everything that I've seen so far, I like it. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with one of the other characters that's in it,
Mm-hmm.
that I don't really know a whole lot about personally. You know who it is. That's it. I think it's pretty good. I hope it can live up to how good the Netflix series was. I've said a few times when we've talked about it, I didn't watch it back in the day, so I wanted to catch up for this show. I
Yeah.
watched it all. I finished it 2 weeks ago. I finished season 3. Um, I'm hopeful for it because it's not following a lot of the formula from what we've seen from the Disney stuff. They are trying to clearly make it more closely follow the tone of the Netflix version, especially that third season because it was dark. Season
Yeah,
3
I'm
was dark.
I'm just gonna for the sake of it, I'm just gonna reserve my comments. Because I don't even feel closely to the same. And that's just I've already got some notes out. But
I'm
I'm
sure
not
you
gonna
will.
talk about them here. But it's not for the sake of like like I think you had commented last night about shitting all over Disney stuff. It really
Yeah,
wasn't that. I'm looking at the people that are involved with the writing of it and what they've previously done, other shows they've done. I'm looking at some of the scenes individually and
yeah,
how they're presented, the acting within those scenes and stuff like that. So I'll reserve my comments. Look, bottom line, I want it to be good. I really do because I loved the 3 seasons that I watched from the prior series. Um, it's just and it's interesting because honestly, the way I feel about it is not the way some of the people that I look up to, some of the people that I watch all the time, that do a lot of the movie and TV reviews and all that kind of stuff. They feel the opposite that I do. So I'm like I said at the top of the thing, I'm kind of probably in the minority from it seems like what the general sentiment is. Now I will say I think on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't really care about, but like your review aggregate scores,
yeah,
it is the lowest rated season so far of any of the Netflix or the Daredevil seasons. But there is a discrepancy between the critics and the audience, but there always is.
yeah.
But
Always.
Matthew and I were kind of talking about it tonight and last night, and of course, I'm not going to speak for him in any way. But
We've
but
only got
yeah,
to say his name 2 more times, and
well, yeah, right. And then he'll pop up, and he probably will. But I don't want to speak for him and put words in his mouth. But through our conversations, he and I both probably feel that we are kind of in the minority with it a little bit at this moment. Uh, but I am really hoping. Look, I loved that show, and I really go into any show, Disney or not, wanting it to be good. Like I liked Skeleton Crew. There's a lot of people that shit all over that. Oh, it's just a bunch of kids. It's stupid. It's goofy. And I understand that. But like there's other shows that like Echo, which is but see, I didn't like Hawkeye, but there's people that liked Hawkeye, right?
I ain't gonna
So,
lie, I did not. I didn't watch Echo and Hawkeye, and because I had absolutely no interest in them,
right.
and there are things that happened in there that ties into this new season in the
And
Blade.
and what they do with Fisk in those shows and that ties into where we're at in this show as
Yeah,
well. And that's not giving anything away. I'm just saying character wise. So it creates this weird kind of thing that we didn't have before, but it doesn't mean I don't appreciate like new characters or new storytelling and stuff like that. It's just again, I have my concerns. We'll see in a few weeks. They have a weird release schedule with it that they're
yeah,
doing like 2 episodes and then like one, and then I think 5 and 6 are released together, something like that. And then they're doing, but they've ordered a season 2, so they must like it enough, right? That there's already a season 2 coming out. It's going to be 18 total episodes. That Disney is like, hey, look, we love this. We like the direction. They're tying it into the greater MCU universe, which could mean we'll see more of, Matt Murdock on the big screen. That
yeah.
would be fun with the new stuff coming out with Robert Downey Jr. and all that stuff. So yeah, I know nobody really tunes in to hear our opinions about like stuff like this,
Movie.
but it is a pretty big deal right now, and we are in that realm of comics and action figures and stuff and
Yeah.
animation and stuff like that. So it works. It fits for us. This
Oh
is not
yeah.
out of our realm of
Hey,
whatever.
most
But
everybody in here is probably watching it or going to. Not
yeah, hell
everybody,
yeah,
but
yeah,
let's
absolutely.
get to a couple comments we got
Yes.
here. So, got to say, what is going on to the crusty old crow, which means
Yeah, hell yeah. I love it.
what's happening, Crow? And Crow says he's shoveling some wet ass snow.
Uh,
I'd rather
I,
have some WAP than some WAS.
that took me a second. I know all you other young whippersnappers out there got that. That took me a second. That's pretty good. Shoveling wet ass snow. Can't be
Go
fun.
shoveling that wet ass
Can't be
snow in the
fun.
driveway.
Yeah.
No, they're still getting killed with snow up there, man. So, Shark Eyes in the house, the good shark. What's going on,
Yeah.
mate?
Heck yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by here. So, trying to read through. So, Frank says he's enjoyed Daredevil so far.
That's cool.
Derek says Skeleton Crew was great, and I still have to watch
I
Skeleton
liked
Crew.
it. I thought it was fun for what it was. I thought it was fun. I didn't like the end. I thought it was a little whatever, but overall as a show, it was fine. It was fine. I hate saying that. Like, oh, it was fine. I'd love to say like
Yeah,
it was awesome. But it was fine. It didn't
it's fine, just
it
fine.
yeah, it sounds terrible. I know it does, but it's not meant to be terrible. I
Uh,
enjoyed it.
Crow says go into every separate Marvel show with an expectation for it to have its own style, just like the comics all have their own styles. It's the way to go, but it's a rough road.
Man, some of them shows like Obi-Wan, Ahsoka,
Yeah,
Acolyte. Yeah, it's not just a rough road, it's a pothole every 3 feet. I mean,
it's
you
a
know what I'm
Nashville
saying? Like,
interstate.
like, let's not kid ourselves, folks. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like,
and Sabir says, me siento bien. He's talking to Shark Eyes, I
dadgummit.
believe.
All right, here. I wish I could copy and paste it. You can't do it because I just show it. I can't copy and paste it. Damn it. Maybe I can out of the YouTube chat.
Shark Eyes says, good to see you, boys. Been a minute since I caught your stream. Yeah, it has been. You must be off. Must be off today. It's Thursday for you, right? Yeah, Thursday. It's Thursday. Yeah, that's a ticket. Dreadnought K6 is in the house. What's going on? Dreadnought, how you doing? Oh, let's see. Trying to get down through some more comments. Yeah, that's right. I forgot we got an EO. English is the language now.
I feel good. That's what it meant. I feel good. Or at least that's what it says on my translator.
That's what Google Translate says.
I swear. Look, I love each and every one of y'all. That's for sure, man. And I love it when people do that too. You know what I mean? Like because number one, it's awesome. But number two, it's like, oh man, I need to know what the hell that is.
Now that I actually knew what that meant. I didn't know what the first one meant. The first one was like French.
Yes, at least I think it is. But I don't know. Again, you're talking about a 50-year-old guy in the South, basically. You know what I mean? It's like, I remember kids in high school back in '90. Taking 3 years of French. And you're like, if I only knew. It's like, it's like I should have took Spanish.
I did. I took 4 years of Spanish.
Yeah, but
the only honors class I had.
Dang. I had my friend Ricky. He took 7 years. He took 4 years of German and then 3 years of German in college. And I guarantee you, he could probably say like "Sprechen Sie Deutsch," and that's about it.
Like order or something. Sabir says, yes, the first one was French. Good evening, everyone.
Love it.
Was its
love it.
Love it. Make that a thing where we do some bad Southern translation on things.
That actually could be a fun segment. Just take like 3 phrases each and try to actually pronounce them. Take like just an hour before to learn it and then try to pronounce it off the cuff. Yes, it could be quite interesting.
I mean, I get bored and sing songs that way, so it's always a good time. Sabotage X88 in the house. What do you think about the Night Force toupee?
We're gonna get into it here shortly, aren't we?
We're about to jump on in there.
About that time.
Dreadnought says, if you've never banged a Latina, it was a waste of 4 years.
Man, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
They didn't teach me some of them words that I might have needed for that.
I heard that, man, but I love hearing them too. Oh, man.
I don't even Kiera's tequila worked, though. That one worked.
I'm talking about them dirty ones.
Yeah. Yes, good one. Nasty ones. I wish I could have stuff queued up because I was getting to them nasty ones, and then just there's some jam going.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's funny. Um,
All
Um,
right, Dan.
oh no. Whew.
you know, Sabir says he likes it. He'll get it for quick kick alone. So we're gonna talk about some of the toy fair and the pre order stuff. Go ahead and remove that other banner because we know what we're here for. That way you can see more of us, more of us, more
Oh
of
yeah,
us.
that's exactly what everybody wants, isn't it? I've already got it dark enough over here trying to figure out the right lighting solution. Do you like it darker or do you like it lighter? If it's lighter, then the stuff behind me doesn't show up that good, the lights. But if it's darker, then it kind of hides this ugly mug. So I don't know. It's kind of whatever the chat wants, to be honest with you.
That's right. What is going on, Crimson Cobra Commander? How you doing, buddy? It's been a
Yeah,
minute
man.
since you've been
Yep.
in. Good to
Good
see you.
fella. Good fella.
I saw you this weekend. Well, you didn't know that I saw you, but I saw you this weekend today. Uh,
That's
um,
quite interesting, actually. I
it
don't know
is.
how to attack that.
I got sent a group picture that Crimson
Mm.
Cobra Commander was in
Oh,
today
cool, man. That's awesome.
from this weekend.
That's
So,
awesome.
Punk with toys in the house. Hit that
What's
like
up?
button, fools.
What's up, buddy?
And you go ahead and let everybody know, Pop Blender, since Punk's right here. What you got coming
Yeah,
up?
absolutely.
Plug
I'm
that.
gonna have Punk on Unfiltered this Friday at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. Man, we're gonna hang out and just shoot the breeze, as they like to say, from one Southerner to Northerner. How about that? We're drawing the battle lines, fellers. No, it's I just wanted to hang out with him and have him on my show, and he was gracious enough to take time out on a Friday to come hang out with me coming up this Friday. So that should be fun, and I got a couple fun little things kind of planned that's a little different, and nothing crazy, nothing. I'm not trying to catch him off guard, ain't nothing like that. But we'll hang out, have a good time, chat, and maybe talk about some stuff that we don't always talk about or hear about, or
Indeed.
whatever. So yeah, should be fun. So you guys, if you ain't doing anything Friday night, come by my channel, and I'll have Punk over there at 10:30 Eastern to hang out and chill for a little while and
Yeah,
respect his time, man. I'm not gonna have him there all night long, that's for sure.
it's the weekend. He don't sleep anyway, so
Yeah. Well, if he's not sleeping, chances are he's probably making a review since he's pumping out O-ring reviews and every other review. And then, um, if I wasn't really eating earlier and had other stuff to do, I know that he also had the premiere of his classified, figures tonight as well, rankings, and so I had to go back and tune into that. But I wasn't able to watch it during the premiere. But I'll go
yeah,
back and check that out.
wasn't either. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to listen to it tomorrow while I'm driving around. I missed it this time.
Which is
I like to
always
be in
great.
there. I like to
Always
be in
great.
there for it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I had something queued up or something. What the
Oh,
hell was
I see something
I?
queued up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember what the hell. Oh yeah, no, it was just a comment about sleep patterns, but never mind. It's
Saw I
not
saw
that.
I saw Woody sneaking in here. If
There's
I
oh, there he is.
Yeah, there we go. I thought so. And sometimes I made the mistake where you've actually said hello to somebody, but because I'm reading something
Right.
and then I'm like, "Oh, and look, there's Woody." And I'm thinking, and then afterwards I'm like, everybody probably is like, "What the hell's wrong with this dude?"
Well, it is hard. It is hard to keep up with everything if you've never done it. Like even if you've done it, it's hard to keep up
Yeah,
with
it's
stuff. So,
and
uh,
now StreamYard's adding new things. They're adding new
I
options, and you
I
got
got
this
this
and that, and oh
thing
yeah,
over here to the left that says new
demo
scene, and I don't know
scene.
what the hell scene is. So I'm new to that scene.
You
I'm
got you
gonna
can
have to
you can
figure out.
pre-set up your scenes for when you bring guests in and you share stuff. You can set the banners and all kind of stuff. You can
Hmm,
pre-do it so you don't have to sit there on the fly clicking buttons. It just I think maybe you press one thing, it automatically brings it in. You set
okay.
it up. But then now you have AI stuff where you can chop up your show and it'll cut it in the segments. You got, I mean, StreamYard, look, StreamYard's got got bought out a while back, but they're just now starting to like add some of those quality of life features that people have been asking for. And honestly, like I'm in favor of it. I love it. If you're going to pay money, especially what they're charging, and even if you're not, bottom line is, it needs more features to compete with OBS. It needs more features
Yeah.
to compete so people can actually do, really good stuff on here. So it's super cool. But
You do get a
uh,
lot of, yeah, they do. I gotta say though, because I mean, I use the free, and you do get a lot of stuff, a lot of features
yeah,
with the free. And I mean, I've told that story. I was just that close to going ahead and upgrading it, and they jacked the prices up. I'm like, I
man, they
just don't
did.
know if I'm gonna stream that much. It almost doubled. So,
That's the trick.
uh,
How much do you
so it's,
stream? And you
yep.
got to break that down to your pricing and go, yeah, it's not worth it to me, right?
I'd have to do it more. I'd have to do some solo stuff to make it worth it, and I
Right.
just can't commit to it right now.
Yeah,
So,
I got you.
um, Woody says
Woody.
he is reorganizing his toy room. He's got his work cut out for him. How many wheelbarrows
Man, I
did you
can't
get?
even imagine. I can't even imagine. I know he's got, I know you have your work cut out for you when you decide to move stuff around or maybe, even just like dust. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, with Woody, the amount of work that he has to do if he's truly rearranging stuff, right?
Well, it takes me if I move stuff around, say I dust and I move everything, it takes me it takes me a weekend to
Yeah.
do it. So I can't
Yeah.
imagine what Woody's got to do. He's got to do it like in sections. So,
Yeah,
um,
I would think so.
so pre-orders yesterday, we talked about that a little bit. We had the three retros. We had Breaker, we had Snake Eyes and the Polar Bear, and then we had the Firefighter that went up yesterday. Now for me, uh, I ordered I ordered Breaker, I ordered Snake Eyes and the Bear, and I ordered Flint, Cover Girl, and the Firefighter. I
Okay.
did not order Telly Viper, and I might back out of a couple of those. I just wanted to go ahead and make sure I had them guaranteed. But I'll tell you, out of all of those that we saw yesterday, I'm most excited for the
You
Firefighter
know,
and Flint,
see,
honestly.
I it's so funny because I like those anniversary figures, and I have, and I know people bag on them all the time. And I'm not saying everybody, but I know people bag on them, and but I've always liked them. I just there's something about them. I don't know if it's just the classic and realistic military take or whatever, or it's just honoring those real life positions.
Yeah.
But I've always liked those. And the firefighter, man, that's great. I love the fireproof,
Yeah, the
blanket,
Mylar blanket,
the
man, it's
Mylar
great.
blanket, right? Stuff like that. That's cool, man. Like that's cool to include stuff like that. Plenty of accessories. But yeah, I'm down with it. I know we've joked. People are like, well, put the Coast Guard in, give me an EMT. Whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, absolutely. Why not? I'm good
Yeah,
with that. I have no
most of
trouble
those
with that.
most of those I'm down with. Now I didn't see it. I saw it in a chat. I saw it commented that somebody said something about a SWAT, and I saw something that alluded to the fact that we're gonna get a SWAT. I'm not going to say where I saw it
Yeah, that's
or
fine.
where I heard it or
Yeah,
anything, but it's somebody that probably does know. I don't need a SWAT dude. I mean, depending on what kind of weapons they would give him, that'd
sure.
be one I would have to see. But
Right.
we talked about that. What would we like to see? Um, so let's talk about some of the stuff from yeah. Min Joseph really wants a smoke jumper. um, and Sabotage says 60th anniversary figures are incredible. And what's up, Todd C?
I'm noticing a few comments here that not everybody just went all in like we have been doing. Like usually it's doing all in, get one of each of them or two of an army build or whatever. But I'm seeing here a lot of hey, none for me. Wanted to get Breaker, but obviously he ended up being sold out at that point. I've seen, like Jay Astro there saying retro Flint and two firefighters. That's enough for me. Um, and I get it, with the broke part as far as trying to, put these pre-orders in and all the different lines you may collect. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally do. No mass device figures like Derek's saying here.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about the mass device figures myself, honestly. I mean, I think they're awesome. I just don't know. Because I am gonna cut some stuff back this year. I'm getting
Yeah.
to the point where I don't need to be a completionist, and I don't think there's everything I need. I said that last year, and I still wound up buying most of it.
It's
But
tough. It's
it's
tough.
it's rough. What's up, Tony's Figs in the house?
Tony, Tony, Tony.
Getting ready to hop on with
Feels good.
the fellas here in a few minutes. I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
Ha, there he is.
I listened it 2 times. You madman. I swear. Freaking madman.
I think we only said it. No, I think we did say it 3 times too.
One quick thing though, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. Um, I am all about the Mass Effect, like or the Mass Device, the Mass Effect. I love that game too. Mass Device, stuff like that, right? Weather Dominator. That's what I want next. I want those things next. I want the vines. Like I want,
Yeah.
the stuff like that. I'm not saying yeah we're getting in whatever, but that's the direction I would like to go in. I know we still have a lot of figures to get to, but I'm good with that. But I know not everybody is feels the same way. But I'm
Yeah.
definitely leaning more towards give me that
Hmm.
kind of stuff.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. What all else they come out with. I probably will pre-order the stuff just to and make my mind up later. I mean, um, I don't think it's going to be hard to track down. Even Breaker, I think eventually
No,
he'll
no.
be he'll be gettable. So Daredevil Dave was in the house. I had him highlighted a
Yes.
second
Yeah.
ago.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, Dreadnought, I'm skipping the trench and Twilight Guard for now. They're irrelevant. So Bobby B's got the fortification and the trench
Yeah.
viper. Watched
How
his
is that?
video. Um, I actually like the trench viper from what Bobby showed off way more than I thought I was going to, and I think the fortification looks cheap AF. It doesn't
It
impress me.
does, doesn't it?
It
It
does not
does.
impress me at
Yeah.
all.
I'm with you.
Um,
I'm with you
I
on
have
that.
that. I have one of those ordered, and I contemplated canceling that, and I didn't because Pulse took it off of the site. So it might be one of those that's like a ferret, and it's hard to track down. So I left it for now. So we'll see. But the Trench Viper Dreadnought says they're definitely superior. The legs, the whole figure looks like it is better than the Alley Viper figure because I that Alley Viper figure for some reason the Crimson one is better than the
Yeah.
regular one as far as
That's
posing.
weird. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess it's the plastic. It's a softer plastic that
Mm-hmm.
they changed during that time. So I don't know. We'll see. But Bobby B does have that video up. If you guys hadn't checked it out, head over to B's Battlegrounds and watch it. He put that up yesterday.
Yeah,
So
that's cool, but I'm with you on the yeah, the
So, so let's talk about some of the stuff from Toy Fair, and we're not gonna start with the Joe stuff. We're gonna start with the
hey,
mask
hey.
stuff that they
Look
showed
out.
off. So,
There we go.
so these are the new mask from Loyal Subjects, and I kept last time we talked about this, I could not remember the name of the company. I kept saying best action, best action. It's Loyal Subjects. I think it was Viper Scout that sorted me out there. Uh, So we know a whole lot more about these now than we did last time. So they are in scale. They're the size of the originals. Some
I
of the
love
tooling,
that. I love
yeah.
that.
Some of the tooling is some of the original tooling and molds, and then they've added some stuff. They did say that they went with the shorter version of the helmets
Right.
for these because they did short and long helmets for them. What's up, Sean Jones? How you doing, man? Good to
Was it
see ya.
the Condor?
That's Condor, and I got. I'm not gonna
I won't
go
be able to
through 'em.
remember all of them,
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah. Um, and then there's a better shot of it. I've got all of these pictures from it. Most of the pictures that I've got tonight are from Full Force. So I use so many of Full Force's pictures tonight. I linked it in the description. Like if it
yeah.
wasn't for Chris McLeod and his coverage and the info, we'd be lost for most of this stuff.
Isn't that something, man? Like it really is. I mean, that's where we all go. We that's where
Yep.
we tune in.
But he's got his finger on the pulse, you might say.
Oh wow.
Um,
I got some interesting info about pulse streams later.
yeah.
Anyway.
So here's a Matt Tracker
Good
and
old Matt
Condor
Tracker.
or Thunderhawk.
Driving that IROC right there.
Yeah, good old IROC. So a few shots of this, and I got to blow them up, so we're gonna lose some
Yeah.
resolutions, of course. So this looks pretty good. I mean, I think the one Ramen did obviously looks a lot better, but it's ramen. It has a lot more detail, but this is the actual line. This is the license holder. So this is what we're going to get. I think they all look good. They all really hit some nostalgia vibes for me. You and I both had quite a bit of mask
Oh,
stuff.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
one of the other lines we both liked aside from GI Joe. There were a few of those, Mask, Transformers, Rambo. We had some. You had some Chuck Norris Karate Commandos.
I love those Chuck Norris figures, dude. I really did. I mean, I took them on vacation. I've said that many times, but I did. I love those Chuck Norris figures. They were some of my favorites, man.
They
Um,
were they were some pretty decent figures too. Pretty well made. I didn't mind them at all. Maybe somebody will buy the Chuck Norris Karate Commando license and bring it
I
back.
mean that purple ninja, dude. Come on, man. Like who didn't have that purple ninja?
What was do you remember any of those guys' names besides Chuck
Oh
Norris?
Lord, no. I don't know. I bet Matthew does. If I had to guess anybody, I'd say Matthew does. There might be a couple other people. No, I don't remember really any of their names, but I did probably have about 10 figures. Yeah, I had about 10, probably 10 figures, and four of them were different Chuck Norrises
Yeah, yeah, right.
in different outfits.
He was the snake eyes of the Chuck Norris Karate Commandos, but I guess he kind of should have been,
Mm-hmm.
huh? So Sabir says I got some good intel today. Wasn't even
Okay.
looking for as far as classified future waves goes, but that saying, even a broke clock is right twice a day. That's
That's
right.
true.
So, Viper Scout, someone who loves Mask, hasn't collected the line. I'm excited, and though pricey, I think it's worth it. I can't wait for these. And I heard Series 2, there would be new vehicles. So that's one thing I saw a couple of people say, and I think Punk said it was maybe mix in a new vehicle along with this wave. I think for the first wave, they did right. I think bring back the original ones for the first wave and get people hooked.
Sure.
And then, like Viper says here, and Viper Scout says in wave 2, then maybe throw in a new one, maybe two, depending on how big they're going to get. So I'm excited for Mask. Will I be able to get them all? No. And I do have the prices. Jeremy Kimberlin
Okay,
posted
that's what I was going to
the
ask you.
prices.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got that at the end. We'll look at the prices, and they are pricey, but I think it could be worse. I wish I'd have saved these bigger. So there's Switchblade.
Well, that's what I
Uh,
was wondering about the resolution. I didn't know, sometimes it's weird because you go to save them, you don't realize you're saving like a small picture.
yeah, that's
And,
what I did, and
instead of
I didn't double
opening it
check
in a
them.
new tab or something like
That's
that.
exactly
Yep,
what I
yep,
did. So
yep, yep.
Lord, I
Preview image.
apologize. Be with
Preview
the
image.
pygmies. Be with the pygmies down there in Guinea.
Yep.
So And he does have, so they are doing some blast effects and some smoke effects with them. So
Right.
there's Miles Mayhem. I love this dude. This was one of my favorite figures. The bad
Um.
guy leader.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
He looks a
Yep.
little like Walter Matthau.
Yeah. And there's a little well, you know what? Honestly, I was gonna say, uh, I think the color. So it might be the picture, the preview, because I think the color's a little dark right there. And
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong, but it's a little lighter than that. He's not quite as dark, a little grayer, I think maybe. Uh, could be my screen too, for all I know.
No, it
But
is dark in this picture.
okay.
I don't think he's this dark.
Um,
All of these pictures seem to be a little darker than what I think they
I've got
actually
the
are.
website pulled up where it's like a slideshow. If you want me to pull it up, they're bigger pictures. But
Ah,
it's up to you.
we'll just roll through these. We ain't gonna spend a ton of time on
All
it.
right.
So just go through, and there's blast effects with the missile that the
Yep.
switchblade comes with.
Yep.
There's the one I want right there. It's Rhino.
How many of these did you have back in the day?
Um like the vehicles.
Vehicles, yeah. Yep.
Because I don't remember having, they did the figures in 2 packs later. I don't remember having any of those. Matter of fact, Frostbite did a video on it that he had got one,
Okay.
and I didn't even remember that they sold those till I saw his video a while back.
Yeah.
I probably had, I know I had Rhino, Condor, Switchblade, Jackhammer,
I was going
and
to
I
say,
want
I
to
thought you
say
had several.
Jackhammer and Rhino were probably my favorite because Jackhammer was
Mm-hmm.
like um a Dodge Ram Charger,
Yeah.
and that's what Trailblazer looked like in Transformers, and that's also what the Fratellis drove in Goonies. So I always
Yeah.
liked that vehicle. Plus, that dude had the beanie and the eye patch. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yep.
and I do have highlight a comment from Wraith Mace. Anybody know if Ramen started shipping out the Raider armored van yet? Yes, but not to most of us, Wraith Mace. Um,
Hmm.
they have started shipping. I haven't seen anybody. The Raider is that's the A team one, right? I get them all mixed up. The recoil is the regular armored, like the Punisher van one, or do I have them
Yeah.
backwards?
I don't know. I mean, I know what they look like. I just can't remember the names on them.
I've seen people get um the white one and the armored um black one. I have not seen the A team one, but I know it's been sent, and the white one. Shark
Hmm.
Eyes actually got his. He's got the white one. He's got a video up on the white one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yep.
I've not gotten an email even shipping on mine. Most people don't seem to have. So we got some more shots of Rhino here. I think it looks really good, and I'm glad they kept it with more of a retro look as opposed to trying to really do a whole lot to change it up.
Yeah.
Because this is what I think. This is what people want. Like I think
That's
this is what I want.
I remember having this bad boy. I mean,
This thing's
and I
awesome.
absolutely loved it, dude. Loved it, loved it. I love the mask figures and had many of them. I like that scale and everything, something about it. You kind of
It's
take them
perfect
with
for
you different places and shit.
yeah, it's perfect for playing. I mean, I'd love to have this in like 1/12, but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
thing was pretty
Oh,
damn
for
big right
sure.
here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so the next one I do have the prices, and this was just a screenshot that Jeremy posted.
Okay.
So Condors
Uh,
29.99,
okay.
Thunderhawks 49, Switchblade is 75. The Rhino is 100, and Rhino will have 2 figures. So, what do we think about the prices? I feel like they're just a little high, like, maybe like 15% higher than what I was really expecting.
I mean, for me, probably so. I mean, that just seems like, I'm trying to think of what the price was back in the day, and I know that that's a tricky thing. You're right. You're like, oh, try to figure out inflation and all that kind of stuff. But the Condor at $30 for that size and the little figure, I think is a little high to me.
Yeah.
Um, at $100 for the Rhino. I wish I knew what the original price was for it back in the day, because for me
We could
that is a
probably
good
find it.
comparison. I'm looking.
Okay.
To me that's a in all honesty, I think that is a good guide, because if you just look at your general kind of inflation rate and you kind of look at the prices, it's like, okay, so we had this conversation about Nintendo cartridges. If you remember back in 86, 87, 88, Nintendo games were actually really, really expensive. $69, 70 plus for a Nintendo cartridge back in the day. And people go, well, games now are $59.99. It's crazy. But relatively, you take that into consideration and you go, well, Nintendo games were like 70, $80 back in the day. Cheaper ones were like 40, whatever. So that's a little different. But if that was 1999, if the Rhino was 1999 back in those days,
24.99. It was
okay,
on
so
sale
twenty four
here.
ninety nine on sale, and it's 100 now. I'd say that's quite an incredible markup, you know.
Well, we were
And
paying $3 or $4 for Joe's, and they're 25 now, but they're also almost twice the size.
uh, yeah, I mean yeah, it's a little different, I guess. Depending on scale. This is the same scale, right? Now with the Joes, you might be getting a better deal. You say, okay, well, $25 or whatever it is for a 6-inch figure compared to a 3 3/4 back in the day. But I don't know, man. That's $100 for that Rhino. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could pull the trigger on that
And that's kind of
personally.
sad for me because that's the one that I really want the most.
Right.
I don't even remember if I had the Thunderhawk. I don't even think I had
And
that one.
and actually, it's
Thunder Wing,
interesting. Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Thunder Mo.
Because like Woody's saying, Jeff kind of broke it down, accounted for inflation, added $10 to each price, which
Okay.
I could see that. And Mr. Magus, I love looking through the old like Sears catalogs. I actually have a few of them saved still in my downloads, where we around Christmas I think we went through them on a stream.
Hmm.
And probably had those figures in there, I'm sure, with the prices. But so yeah, so look, accounted for inflation, add $10 to each price. Um, I just man, $100 for that Rhino. I just don't know if I personally, unless I just 100% loved that line, loved that figure. I'm not sure I could go in for $100 on that.
One of the only things outside of GI Joe really that I think I would let nostalgia really bend me over for is
Yeah,
Mask and Cops and Crooks.
yeah,
So I may wind up breaking down and getting this Rhino. I have to. I need to see some more like actual pictures, product
right.
pictures, and like finished stuff. But see if the quality's there. I don't have any figures from this manufacturer, so I can see me definitely wanting it. So
I
and,
mean,
and possibly picking it up.
so yeah, so Viper Scout's saying like the Condor around 5, Thunderhawk around 10 to 15, which sounds about right, actually. That probably really does sound about right. Switchblade around $20. That does actually sound about right from a price percentage. And I had Boulder Hill too. I don't remember it being $50, but I also wasn't the one buying it. Right.
Yeah,
So I can't say what Boulder Hill cost my mom back then.
and I don't,
Um,
I don't,
damn,
I
Jesus
swear
Christ.
I don't remember you having Boulder Hill, but then the more I
I
think about
did.
it, I'm like, I do remember us playing with it, but
Yeah, no, I
like
did.
where
I had it.
it's like, man, I didn't really. But then you told me that you had it, and I was sitting
Yeah.
there trying to think. I'm like, yeah, I guess he did have Boulder Hill too.
Yeah, Jay Astro, that's nuts though. Like thinking about it, I guess with orange juice costing almost $10 a freaking gallon. Jesus.
Yeah, That's,
Depends on
that's
what kind it is, I guess, right? Name
better be some
brand.
Florida's natural. That's all I know.
Somebody better
Um,
hand squeeze that shit.
yes, they better. Bobby says, "Did you read the interview with Chris Cox on the
Okay.
tariffs and the price hike?"
All right, it's interesting, Bobby, because I've got a lot of slides. I've got some information saved about Hasbro, and I did actually look through some interviews. Now, I don't have the interviews saved, but I did read some of those comments from Chris Cox, and yeah, and I think the sky is falling mentality is the easy way to go at the beginning of it. It's like the Daredevil series for me. I think we need a little more information, we need a little more time, and then we can really start to gather what this is going to look like with the tariffs and stuff. Hard to say right off the beginning, but as we get a little more information, I think we'll kind of start to know what are we looking like as collectors, as video game buyers, as video cards for our PCs and stuff. We'll start finding out a little bit more about that, I think,
It's gonna
as we
get
go
wild
along.
for a minute, though.
It could. It could. We'll see.
I think, I think it, I think it probably will. So, got a lot of good comments in there. Joe fan, there's other stuff I want more. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. It's not. You got to make a cut somewhere. You got to cut something somewhere.
Right.
Um,
Sorry, I had
yeah.
to highlight that one,
Well, I
Wraith
was, I
Mace.
was, I was going to. So, I got one comment highlighted starred here. Triple C, great job on the castle, crusty old Crow. So Crow put up his
Yep.
mostly finished video for his Destro's castle today. I've not had a chance to watch it yet. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow, but do recommend everybody check that out if you've been keeping up with his build on that, or even if you haven't,
You
going
mean
and seeing the finished one.
you haven't watched it yet?
I've not.
You must value your YouTube channel more than you do your friends.
That's exactly what it
You
is.
son of a bitch.
It's exactly what it is. Value. Actually, when I got home, I had something I had to take care of, and then I valued Daredevil more than I valued
I'm
YouTube
sorry.
today.
I'm
So
sorry. That shit, I just had like a.
no idea what you could have meant there.
Oh, I'm so stupid. Just
I don't
jokes,
care.
folks. It's just
It's
jokes.
just jokes. Just jokes. Just jokes.
Wait a minute. Let's see here. Wraith Mace has a interview video coming out on Sunday. That's good. I like promoting other stuff for people. That's cool. And it was a blast doing it. Well, can't wait to see it then. I know you sent me a message about it, but sweet. I love the interview stuff, man. I'm a big fan.
Crow says, as a Canadian who orders a fair share of figs from the U.S., I'm a bit more concerned than Bob, obviously. So, yeah, I don't worry. You're going to be part of us soon, so you'll be.
Yeah,
It'll
dude,
just
we're
be
gonna
like driving it across
bring
the
you into the
street.
fold and envelop you with the loving arms, right? A big old gigantic United States hug right around you. This is a safe space. You'll see the big yellow sign says this is a safe
Yeah.
space,
And that will
right?
be that'll be the coldest hug we ever received. All right, so moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that castle is good. It looks great, and I
Yep.
knew the video was coming out, and I didn't know that he was dropping it today. So go over and check Crow's Destro Castle out. That thing is badass, and I keep jumping back and forth because the chat keeps moving. Son of a bitch.
I know it is. Yeah, it's and then
Um,
all of a sudden you go to highlight something and then it's like way up or down where you were. I know it's freaking wild.
Crow's gonna go attack Disney for EPOP. So there you go.
Sweet, love it.
So So let's talk about some Joe reveals, that stuff we saw from Toy Fair. Again, I think almost every one of these are from the full force. So they're all pictures that you guys have seen, but we're going to talk about them now. So here we've got, I tried to put them in some sort of order as well. So here we've got Blowtorch. You get to see the final finish paint. We were
Uh,
talking about him.
what do you think?
I think he looks good, man. I was kind of up in the air on
Hmm.
the outfit with
Yeah.
the cooling part system that we now know that's what that this is supposed to be, not just a bunch of beers implanted all over his. Um, now,
Smashed beer can.
yep,
Smashed beer can.
he stepped on them. Now, I will say here though, I think my concerns over the actual blowtorch are valid. You can already see that shit bending, the blast effect there. Something is bending. It's either the blowtorch or the peg for the flame.
Yeah, it does look weird, doesn't it? It's like,
Hmm.
that's strange.
So I'm excited for blowtorch, and as we all know, he liked to torch senior citizens. So I'm,
It's
getting
terrible.
ready to
The
reenact
terrible
that.
history. Terrible
He was
history.
crazy. The bastard was crazy. What do you
That's
think about him?
I like it. I knew. I mean, I like. I've always liked that. I'm, paint scheme and everything. It's a little different, right? A little different than the original figure. I'm okay with that. You saw that.
My own winter soldier. Wait, well, we gotta do it.
um,
Oh.
a
I
little
love it.
different than the original, right? The original, a bit more yellow or whatever. I think, of course, from this angle, whatever. But yeah, I'm cool with it. I like him. I like the character. I've always liked the character. But anytime you can give me that first 3 years worth of Joes, you know,
Yeah,
uh, then I'm good. And
yeah, dude.
so yeah,
80.
yeah, I'm good
Those
with this
early
guy.
80s. I like the update. I'm stoked for him. I've always liked Blowtorch. So, and I know we have some other figures in that picture, but we've got some shots of those guys.
Whoa!
Probably ought to go back to the other one for
I
this
was gonna
dude.
say you might.
I did it again. Damn it.
He's the android. Yeah,
Frag
the
Viper.
uh-huh. So what do you think about that change? What do you think about that now we know that the Frag Viper is kind of an android, you know, uh
I, he's a war crime
Oh
specialist.
Lord.
I think it's stupid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's
Do
stupid.
you? Do
Yes, yes.
you?
I see what they're doing there. Everybody's ragging on this head, saying that it's Pinhead from Puppet Master. It's what
Yeah.
it's because of
Yeah.
the black. It's not even a balaclava. It's just a, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
You
Bald
know,
Gambit. A little bit.
that's actually pretty
A
good.
little
That's
bit.
pretty good, man. Yeah, damn, that is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not a big deal to me. I know that they like doing that, right? They like to kind of reinvent some of these guys or, purposes and whatever. Or it's just like Crystal Ball. There's some things in there. There's some differences in there, right? And
Yeah.
or adding to the lore, right? Or adding to it. I'm okay with it, and I'll tell you why I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Because personally, it's an army build, and it's like,
Yeah.
I- do I need to think of the Frag Viper as Joe from Home Depot who joined Cobra? I mean, I just don't. It's so to me, it's like, okay, cool. That's something different.
It
Obviously you
is.
don't have to use this head, or at least you don't have to have this face exposed with the figure. Um, and so to me, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. He does look like Wes Borland though. Put a guitar in his hand,
Play
and
Limp
and
Biscuit.
yeah, yep, yep, and or guitar. Actually,
Hmm.
that's what it reminds me of, Wes Borland.
So I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's like you said earlier. It's fine.
I mean, does
I
it
just
really matter?
no, not
Ultimately,
really.
it's not a
Ultimately,
character that you probably really care about, right? Like you're not just like, God, the Frag Viper, how dare they?
so this is probably the first one that I'm gonna buy one army builder of. Start getting two again for the ones I really like. So that means probably just gonna get one of this dude. I'm not a huge fan of Frag Viper to begin with. I never really was. So it's fine. I think it's silly, but they are doing something different. I can't really fault them for that. Um,
What do you
I don't know.
was the sash part of the original figure? I didn't have him,
Yes.
so I don't know. It
Hang on a
was.
sec. I actually have him right here. Hold on. I'll
Ladies
show
and
him.
gentlemen, introducing Mr. America, the Cobra Frag Viper.
Like
There he is,
that's the
Mr.
president.
America.
I guess I could
He
go
does
full
have it.
screen for that.
You
So
know, I can't, I did not have him, so it wasn't, one of my
and I just dug him
guys.
out because I knew we were going to be talking about him a lot.
Yeah,
So that's the only
yeah,
reason I've even got this dude out. I
yeah.
don't have any of his shit anymore. I don't have
Oh, sure.
his ball throwing thing
Oh,
for
his Jai Lai
ruckus or
equipment.
anything. Yeah, yeah, that's what it
Or
is.
that one thing we used to have as kids, the plastic thing that was a big thing. You held it and it had the ball that you could and then catch it. It would go
Yeah.
into it and spin
What
around
was
and you
that
go.
called?
Rhew. Yeah, I can't remember. My sis might know if she's still listening, but we used to have that thing. Still had it for a long time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sabir says they're gonna be my proxy siege. Okay. I'm guessing Siegeson?
See,
Siegeson.
son, that's more at French.
Damn it. Samir, you're killing me. You're killing me, son. Working Joe figures for me. I'm crossing IPs. I know. Okay. That's why.
See, I
That's
can't.
why I'm like, wait a minute.
That's my
Like, hang
problem.
on
I
a minute.
just can't bring myself to do it. So,
Um,
um, yeah,
crusty
some
old crow.
undead vibes worked into the line. It
Could
had to
be.
happen.
Could be.
Well, I mean, there is an actual zombie viper from later, so we're probably gonna see that some bitch. So you know it.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
and
my
she's
sis.
listening.
So I'm asking about. You remember the game we used to have that had like the plastic ball and it had like the thing you held was like a black thing that had it was all made out of plastic and it was like a way you could catch the ball in it and then you'd sling it back around to the other person through the air and then they'd sling it back and you'd kind of catch it and go down in the bottom and spin around and then you go and like do that thing. I can't remember the name of it. I'll try to look it up if I can. But anyway, whatever.
Fighting. I thought that she was for a minute. I thought she was saying that's what the name of it
Track
was.
ball.
Like
Track ball.
track ball. Okay, I think like I'm fighting this wind driving was. It sounds like a Native American game.
Dude,
The Spirit made that
son
game
of a
up.
bitch. There it
Fighting
is.
wind.
I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it for you crazy suckers right now, and then we'll jump off of it.
All right.
Here it is. Trackball right there.
Yes.
See it? See the
Yes.
thing, remember? And you'd catch it in there and it'd spin around the bottom, right? And you'd sling it back out like I guess like Jai-Li. I don't know. Trackball. Damn.
This was an American Jai.
Dude, we used to toss that thing all the time.
I remember playing with the racket things. I don't ever actually remember playing it with you guys. I just
That's
remember seeing the rackets at your house. I don't remember
yeah.
playing it. I just remember
Yeah.
seeing
It's like a little, you'd sling it out and then it was curved and it'd come back and roll down that track and it'd sit in the
yeah.
bottom like it shows on the box there.
You get
Okay.
some lawn
Anyway.
darts.
Oh man. I remember one of the last few times I saw lawn darts. At like we went to this kid's house for a field trip and they had lawn darts and that was one of the last few times I remember seeing people tossing them. But anyway, enough about that.
We'll do that another time.
Let's get back.
We'll reflect on some retro
Wait, they said
non-action figures.
so. That's there. It said no pick. It showed up for. That's interesting. It showed up for me. Did it show up for you?
Yeah.
That is wild. I'm gonna go. Let me
Looks
go
dark.
back
Still
on the
dark.
stream. Yeah. You know
I'm
what? There was
sharing.
there was no pick. It didn't show up. How strange. Well, it doesn't matter. You're not missing nothing. Anyway,
That's
isn't that weird? I went back
weird.
on the YouTube stream and I'm like, wow, there
I'm
is.
looking. I'm
And
looking at it on.
I added it to the stage and everything. How funny. It's a Chrome browser page and everything. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
go.
that's. I mean, I'm using I'm sharing a Windows,
Isn't
just
that weird?
Windows picture.
What the hell?
Let's
That
try it
is
again. I
wild.
don't
All
I
right,
don't
so look here,
understand.
y'all. Let me know. Only because this is quite interesting. This could be something weird. I'm going to share this picture. Okay, add it to the stage. It shows up for me. Does it show up for you? You see that?
No,
But not on YouTube.
not on YouTube. I see it on
How
StreamYard.
weird.
Well,
What
this
in
might
the
throw a monkey
hell?
wrench in the plan for going over Toy Fair.
It is possible because unless there's a new setting where I'm not allowed to share
Well, it's
not
not
just you.
showing mine either.
Wait, what?
It's not showing mine either. I was trying to show the what we were just looking at
Hang on, hang on. So I saw like our frag viper and stuff like that. So I saw those pictures. We're good
yeah,
there.
on
But
YouTube.
uh-huh. Yeah, I just looked. But for whatever reason, whatever I shared is not showing up. So might not be able to do the charts later. But let's go. Let's get into it. Doesn't matter. Let's get into it. Nothing I can do about it now. Maybe later I'll find it before we end and I'll show you guys what I was talking about. Because it was a cool ass
So
game.
so can you see that?
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Chat, can you see it on YouTube?
Now I'm
Chat, can
live,
you
but
see I'm showing a picture?
no. Nope. I'm live and it's not showing anything.
I
Nothing.
don't
No
understand.
pictures. It literally was just showing pictures.
Yeah, that like we're trying, guys. Sorry.
What the hell? Wait. No, no, no. No, there's no we're trying. It just literally stopped allowing you to show pictures in literally at just all of a sudden it stopped doing that. That is
As we were
wacko.
showing them, like I
Okay,
have it
so
pulled
so
up.
I'm gonna tell you something quickly. I was watching a stream earlier and they were having trouble also bringing stuff up. They were trying to share a video and it would not come up. And they finally, all of a sudden, it started working. But this is really strange, dude. Like I was just looking back. I went back. Okay, so it just popped up. It just popped back up, showing the picture now. And for those of you in the chat, tell me I'm not seeing things. Yeah, see, everybody say, yep, there it is. There it
We're
is.
looking at the divers, right?
Okay, yeah, we're looking at the numbers. Now, I'm gonna
What the
try,
fuck?
I'm gonna try to share this picture again. Only because I want to make sure like we're not, that this is working. I'm on Chrome browser. This is wacko. Okay, here's the game I was talking about. And then we're gonna get off this subject. Okay, add to stage. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go to my YouTube. Okay, now do you guys see the picture of the game I was talking about called Trackball? I know you see it now because I'm looking at YouTube. That's the game I was talking about.
Okay, yeah, I'm caught up now. YouTube always slows down.
But that was really,
I don't,
really weird. All of a sudden, like no pictures. Anyway, my point is this game that I'm showing you guys right now, the ball slides down in and it's curved and it's like Jai or something like that. But anyway, it was super wild. And you slung it out and it would like curve the ball and the other person would try to catch it. So it's a pseudo plastic baseball glove in essence.
CIA has entered the chat.
Dude, I'm telling you, Dreadnought, hey, that shit was whack, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna stop sharing that. But
Disney finally got you.
okay, so thank God. So let's get back to our divers because I'm gonna say
Okay,
something. I wait, hang on. Now there's no picture
did it lost pictures again?
on YouTube. I am live on YouTube. Hang on, I want to make sure because
Hell,
I know it's about 20 seconds behind on YouTube from the stream. Yeah, there's no fucking picture, dude. What is happening right now? Oh my God. This is fucking weird.
I'm looking at it. I mean, we can see it on StreamYard.
I can see it on StreamYard, you and I both, but
Just removed
listen,
it.
Crow, do I need to get down on my knees and beg Kathleen? Hang on. Dreadnought, do I need to beg Kathleen Kennedy to give me our pictures back? You better, dude. Seriously, this ain't got nothing to do with anything other than StreamYard acting wacko. Okay, hang on. So I see the picture now. You just shared it there.
Not on YouTube.
No, it's not on YouTube,
I don't.
dude.
I wonder if anybody else is
What
having
the
trouble.
hell? Oh my god, this is because it okay. Randomly it just showed back up and it just showed the torpedo. Or not the torpedoes. The divers. Fuck me, torpedo. Yeah, the fake torpedoes with different paint scheme, damn it. Um Here's the problem though. It's not a matter of where to find it, Dave. It's not letting us share a picture at all. Like,
Yeah,
okay, here it's
StreamYard.
okay. Now it's popping up. So it's there now. So let's just roll with
All
it. We'll
right.
see what
Well, I'm not
happens.
going to touch anything else
But
over here on this screen. So
it
let's
definitely
see.
has nothing to do on our end as
Yeah, we
far
can
as
see it.
the normal things. It's just for some reason StreamYard's having some issues actually communicating.
Crow, your StreamYard check bounce. Yeah, I didn't. Maybe it's because I ain't written them one.
He
So,
doesn't have that version, so he ain't got to worry about that. Yeah.
so well, I got a text that said some of the mask pictures weren't showing up. So I guess guys probably put that
So,
in chat and we looked right over
and
it. So
like the thing is like I'm looking at StreamYard. I also have the YouTube stream pulled up, and but I was also looking at researching some other stuff. So yeah, I didn't even get the chance to
yeah,
check it out.
sorry about that, guys. We
Damn.
trying.
All right,
All
well
right, well,
let's
fuck it.
press
Let's
on
see.
and just keep moving. How about that?
Let us know. So here we go. We have divers. We got ketchup, mustard, and biscuits. And you were saying that you absolutely love these guys
I
and
do.
definitely want them. So
I do love these guys, man, and I want them. I like it. I like what it's from. Again, give me more. Give me the Mass Effect or Mass Effect. Damn it, I can't get off that game.
did it again.
Mass Device. Give me the Weather Dominator. Anything of that nature. I'm all in. All in. Love it.
And we got another one of these guys here. So just same
And you can
picture,
put
just
different
the
heads
same.
on these guys, right? So if you want to go with the cartoon, you just put a different head on them. I know it's not going to have a, like the obviously diving helmet or whatever and the mask, whatever. But still, like if you want to do that, you could, right? Having a guy maybe coming up out of the water if you take photographs and stuff like that.
Now, see, now that you say that and just put a Duke head on one of them, I kind of want to get one so
That's
I
what I'm
can put a
saying,
Duke head on the
right?
yellow one. So
Yeah,
when he did these pictures and this video, when he did this walkthrough, there was a whole lot of questions that we had that were answered in
yeah,
this video, and it's all and not all, but some of it is stuff that we did not like wasn't a direct main question. Things like what kind of box are the massive device figures going to be in? There we go. It's just a
yeah.
regular
Just
box with
regular
the
box with
mass on it.
yeah,
So,
nothing
um,
special. I mean, that's it's fine. I
so
get it.
these dudes are absolute 100% reuse except for the heavy water.
Yeah.
They don't look bad. It's just not really. If I'm not going to do mass device, like these are going to be the first ones I don't pick up.
I
But
understand why.
I think these dudes will probably be half price at Target within a month or 6 weeks,
Right.
just because of the way Target does things.
And Turk knows
Uh,
what's up. Turk knows what's up.
now, see if we were getting that hydrofoil, that might
Uh-huh.
I'd have a hydrofoil full of these some bitches.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
that's a good point, but I don't think we're ever going to get it. Sadly,
Now, see,
I'm
Daredevil
gonna be
Dave,
unfulfilled.
I'm with you, Dave, as far as the Baroness diving suit, because that would totally make sense. So, like, I love that. I do wish that that was something that was included. Maybe, honestly, with these, um, I kind of wish maybe that they had done a way that you could tell that it was like Baroness in there. Maybe, I don't know, some hair coming out the back. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but you know what I mean? Like just to have those characters and the diving suit.
I
I
foresee a lot of like custom resin
hmm
heads, like stuff
Oh,
Loki
sure.
does,
Yeah. Oh,
being done
sure.
for these guys,
Yes.
Baroness, and so. there's the divers. They're troop builders. You know, they're some
Yeah.
people gonna really like them, like you. Some people are gonna be meh, like me. I'll probably end up with them before it's over with.
Right. Right. And Viper Scout there talking about the as far as
I don't think they
the
are.
elements. You know, yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure. I haven't studied
I
it.
don't think they are. I've got the other ones in here, so we'll look and kind of see what it looks like. I think they're different because I it seems like the one for Breaker is different, and the one for Snake Eyes I think looks like seems like I remember seeing texture
So
on like a crystal.
yeah, and
I
also I
could be
remember
wrong.
Viper Scout. She was in one of the red suits, if I remember correctly. She
Yeah,
was in a
those are the
mini
Cobra
sub, but
guys.
she was in a red suit, a diving suit. If as he was asked, he said, you know, I didn't have a diving suit. She was in a mini sub, right? But I'm pretty sure she had a diving suit, right?
Yeah, she was in there in a suit at some point in it. She was
Yeah, yeah, I
in
remember
the
that.
water.
Yeah, everybody's
Um,
saying, yeah, for sure.
so all right, so moving on. So
Yeah.
here's your favorite
Oh Lord, now this is a
of
mess.
all.
I'm sorry, this is an absolute mess. Look, I like the character, folks. Okay, I like the premise. I like the relationship. Okay, with Destro. I do not like this. Whatever in the hell this character is wearing, I just do not at all, and no one will ever convince me otherwise. I'm sorry.
So I'm that's so funny that as much as we've talked about wanting cartoon figures and mass device and weather dominator, I don't really like the divers, but I like this goofy some bitch right here. Um, I'm gonna throw me up on full screen real quick, maybe.
If it'll show it, who
Well,
knows?
it's yeah, shit. It's not letting
Is
me.
it having problems?
It's not giving me
Yeah, something's going
solo
on
screen.
yeah, something's going on with
Okay,
StreamYard
well,
then, dude.
either way,
Yeah,
I ain't
something's
messing
happening
with
with
it.
it.
There
Yeah.
he is. Look over to the left.
There you
There's Dark
go.
Lawn.
Yeah,
I
there
was
you
going
go.
full screen it. So yeah, he's ridiculous, and I like this dude. I don't know why. I've always kind of liked Dark Lawn. He's Destro's cousin. You know, just a different like hierarchy of the Iron Grenadiers. I do like his damn mask. So this is the Quintesson head mask for that thing from Transformers. That's all I see is like Quintesson head. But they got the gun right. They give him this big ass Scottish sword. And this big ass sword looks like it's got the Eye of Thundera on it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Um, cool. They give him a cool ass dagger, and then of course you get there's the regular Dark Lawn head, and then we can't forget they give him these giant grenade rounds, these giant 203 looking
Well,
rounds
and
on
on
his
top of
leg.
that, folks, it looks like he's got penny loafers on.
It does.
He has fucking penny loafers.
He's just wearing penny loafers and
Tell me
shin
I'm not,
guards.
am I seeing that wrong?
Penny loafers with matching socks and black shin guards.
I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. They look like penny loafers.
I had not till you just pointed that out, but they definitely by keeping the rest of
Gosh.
the foot here um the same color. Yeah,
Dude,
that's
I'm serious.
interesting.
He's got like some I don't even know. I told you guys I don't like this figure. I told you. Now it reinforces it even more so. I'm sorry. I can't. He's got loafers. What
He's
the hell's
gonna
happening
shoot
right
some
now?
Joes and go tap
Oh
dance.
no. Oh, what the
No,
oh God.
patent leather cobra.
Right? Oh
Tactical
wow.
slippers. Oh, you've done started something now.
Tactical slippers. See? That's so funny, dude. He went to David Parker. He went to David Parker
David
shoes.
Parker's
Went to
shoes in the
fucking
mall.
David Parker on his off day with his mask on, and they're like, excuse me, sir, can we help you? I'm looking for loafers.
No, you got to say it's Scottish. Like,
I'm sorry,
our
that will
Logan
not happen.
Paul's
That's not gonna happen. I was just thinking maybe have one of those.
Crocalon.
Oh no! Oh no! Crocline. Oh shit!
Oh shit. All right, so I'm trying to now. I'm really trying to look through the chat and see what people are thinking about Dark Lawn because now all anybody's going to see is the
Tactical
shoes.
tap shoes. Yes, I love it. Got
Um,
dressed in the dark.
dressed in the dark.
Maybe he's on his way to dance class. His tap
Matthew
shoes.
says they're pirate boots.
What?
Arr. Oh,
Jesus. Oh.
Scotland does have quite a bit of coastline, as we know. So quite a bit. All
Oh
right, so
no.
Dark Lawn, I don't know why, but I'm kind of excited for Dark
Yeah,
Lawn.
that's cool.
I dig Dark Lawn. So, all right, go over here and try not to touch too much. That's what she said. So here we get Pedro,
He's there. Yep.
and
Pedro
here's
Pascal.
a little bit better picture of the Frag Viper from
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
side, so we
Yeah.
can do a 2-for-1 here. So I know this image really upset some people earlier today that I
Well,
saw.
it looks strange, but it's the angle. I think the
No, I think
angle.
it is.
You
I
talking about the
think it is in
gun?
backwards. It's the magazine is in backwards.
Oh, it. You know what? It is in backwards. 100%. It's
This
in backwards. Yeah.
this was really upsetting in the community earlier today. Whatever. So Footloose, what are we thinking about how Footloose come out?
I mean, I'm cool. I've been wanting him. You know, I'll be honest with you. I think most people ultimately, at the end of the day, they want to make sure that the helmet is accurate. Am I wrong
Yes.
about that?
Yep, and they did mention the helmet. They did update it, but it does have the netting and the leaves and stuff on it. So, um,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
I mean
just
you got to have the helmet. You got to have
it is
at
what it
least
is, you know.
a proper homage to the helmet at least.
Isn't
And I
that what
think
everybody remembers too, really, about that figure?
that and his weapon, but yeah, that was like my favorite thing
Yes.
about Footloose. Footloose was always one of those kind of take them or leave them guys for me. He's perfect for like just kind of a plain Jane soldier looking
Right.
GI Joe from a couple years in. He's probably one of the last more basic, just grunt soldier guys that
Yeah,
was
maybe
done.
so. Maybe so.
You had a few, you had Leatherneck, and they, but as far as those early years before they started kind of going crazy, I think he looks good. I'm planning on picking him up. I know a lot of people really love Footloose.
I
So,
liked that figure, you know, as a kid, and I used him quite a bit. And the name also helped back then because of the
oh yeah,
movie, and you just, it just works. I mean,
he
whatever.
doesn't look a thing like Kevin Bacon, the original figure, didn't either.
No, 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 no. I mean, that's, but yeah, it is kind of funny. But yeah, for me, I mean, I like this guy. Again, I like those original figures. And, I know Sabir would rather have had, maybe an updated version and then go back and do the retro. And I get that. I'm not exactly sure, I guess, what you do with this guy. They kind of nailed it with the original rock and roll classified that they did, right? And so many people love that one and love that look. But then you start looking at some of the other figures that we got after that are from some of those just kind of green shirts, and they didn't really do anything too crazy with those. I don't think
Mm-mm.
nothing too out of the ordinary with most of those guys, and but everybody was okay with it, right?
Yep.
And then once they started really focusing more on the retros, then all of a sudden that conversation changes. And now people are like, well, I wish we would have got an updated one since we're probably going to get a retro one. But I don't think they're going to retro every figure, man. Like, I
I
just
don't
don't.
want a retro
I don't
of every
either.
figure,
I
but
don't. I don't either.
I do agree with the earlier comment from a minute ago with Dark Lawn. Dark Lawn is one they could have updated for the Energon universe and then done a
Sure,
retro
that's
later.
true.
That would have been a figure that would have really benefited from
Right.
that type treatment. So I like Sabir's comment. The
Oh,
area with
sorry.
these funky ass knee pads
Well, that's that.
does look much better
Yeah, I,
in
I
person.
agree. That does look a lot better. I think the angle on this, if people were maybe looking at the picture going, man, his legs look weird, I think it's probably the angle, but I didn't see that. Of course, I haven't looked for those comments. I know Dave also has mentioned about the knife being sheathed the wrong way on the figure as well. So not only do you have maybe the your magazine, but you also have maybe the knife. I'm not sure. Is that supposed to be from the bottom? Is that supposed to be from the top?
I'm
I haven't
guessing it's
looked closely.
the sheath is probably upside down,
So
maybe.
then
You
who
know what?
put
It
this
ain't gonna
stuff
fall out.
together?
Well, see, that's kind of my when I saw the hubbub, hullabaloo, whatever the hell earlier
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
this, I'm like, well, the people that designed it probably aren't the same people that was rushing around trying to get everything set out for the show. It might not. There's a hundred
You're probably
reasons
right.
why they were in a hurry. You know how shit is at the last minute trying to get stuff set up. Probably got moved around. The magazine probably fell out, and somebody else picked it up and just slapped it back in there, not knowing, hey, a piece fell out. Where's this go? Oh, there we go. Roll.
Right.
Bring the people on. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think personally. Crow said, "Is his tell me his rocket is not chrome?"
Well, I saw that earlier, and I don't think so. I mean,
I think it's gray. I think it's more of a gray. It really ought to be green, but
I don't know. It kind of looks green to me. Not dark green, but it looks now not the rocket. Okay, so the rocket itself,
the rocket's yellow.
but yeah, so but the launcher, you know, um yeah, I guess it probably is chrome. You think that's green? I mean, the lighting in this is really difficult too. It's
I
hard to
think it's
really truly tell.
like a probably going to be like a gunmetal maybe. So like a darker gray possibly. And then I mean this is obviously a dark gray or a black on the edge where the face is. So
Yes.
um Triple C says Footloose was cannon fodder.
I saw that earlier, right? For some people that probably was.
And
I
Jay
get it, right?
Astro, everybody,
Yeah, you already know, man.
everybody is going to
Yeah.
use that for their IG reels.
Yep,
So all
yep.
right, let's move along while we still can see pictures. So there's another shot of them, and you can see it again down here. So it looks like it's a two-tone, silver ish gray with black
Interesting.
on the front, black in the back. So it is an interesting choice for that. It should be green. It's a law. So
Yeah. I saw
um,
somebody during
yes, I knew that's where you were going with that. You carry this here chrome rocket launcher with all my camo.
right. I
I
saw
knew that's where it
somebody
was
in
going.
the in one of the streams, the last couple days or whatever. Might have been Punk stream. I don't know, Monday night, but um, it was about the stands that they're on, and people were like, we need these stands, these clear stands, and I saw people kind of wanting those.
Let's see the
Uh,
surfboards.
yeah, it looks like a
Throw
big
some turtles
skateboard,
on there.
big one of them big giant skateboards,
they're
right?
uh they're the fingerboards, the
Yeah,
flip it
yeah, yeah,
board.
yeah. You're right. But
So
I don't know. I mean, the clear ones. I mean, kind of cool, but whatever. It
yeah,
doesn't matter.
so let's keep moving. We still got quite a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
we
yeah,
want
yeah.
to get through here. So here's a breaker and a pitcher of crystal ball. So and I love this. So Richard Crystal Ball King. His name is he's actually named after Stephen King. And we know the
Yeah.
story. His son, he wrote the file card. So I
Right.
thought that was awesome. That's something I didn't even notice till later. So here
Dick
we've got
Ball.
Breaker. Yeah, Big
Dick
Ball.
Ball King.
Dick Ball King. That's what they called me in community college, and I didn't even go to
That's
community
true.
college.
That's a true story. I can verify that story.
So I do want to zoom in here on the element. Does this look like the water to you guys?
I
It
mean, it's
kind of
some,
does.
yeah,
I was thinking it had more of a granular
right?
look to it, but it kind of does
Yeah,
look like the water in gold.
yeah, it does.
So
Huh,
well, choose your own adventure is
right.
another famous YouTuber, a famous YouTuber, not another one, says. So we got Breaker with his bubble gum. For me, this is the whole reason to get Breaker is he actually has a radio and they give him the bubble gum. It's what we
uh,
needed.
yeah, you know, I want this guy. I like him. Again, he takes me back to having them old school dudes. I like it. Um,
Yeah, I like this Breaker. Like I said, I'm kind of divided on the mass device guys, but Breaker's
sure.
one that I need. And then up here, something else that was one of those questions that we had that wasn't really like a glaring burning question was, is he going to have Kibney on his vest? And he does right
Yeah.
there. Hey, Kibney, he's an E4. Everybody in GI Joe's an E4. Um, so I got another picture of Crystal Ball, I think, but so we finally get to see his head. Um, I think it looks great. I like what they did with the face paint, eyeshadow. He just does. He looks sinister as hell. They Chris McLeod did ask, and this is not glow in the dark like we kind of hoped that it was, but kind of figured it wasn't. So I like this alternate scary devil horn Cthulhu head. Here you actually do get Crystal Ball's ball.
I like
He's
the
got a
Cthulhu part of it. I like all that. I'm cool with it. I like all the that kind of thing they're bringing to with it. I wish it was glow in the dark, like this next figure to his left side hands. I do wish that the green stuff was glow in the dark. That would be really really cool.
yeah. I mean, we haven't got any glow in the dark in GI Joe yet, except for a little bit of paint on mole rats, I think, and it's
And
not
then
very good.
isn't it the Snake Eyes hands?
I do they glow?
I thought
That
that's
was
what I
something
had
I
heard
missed in
about.
the video. Do they actually glow or do they just glow under UV? I
I,
thought he said they glow under UV.
I don't know. I just heard that part about him glowing in the dark. But Crystal Ball, another figure like our homeboy Raptor. Raptor. I uh, I like the look. I like what they've done. It is weird. It is strange. Matthew's saying the hands do glow.
Okay.
Um, you know,
That
um,
that I that part I did
See, Crow, I don't
miss.
know why a lot of people would be ready to pass on Crystal Ball. I think a lot of people are going to like what they've done with that figure. It's wild and it's different enough, and it's for the GI Joe line. They to me that's a needed update on a figure that really you didn't really know exactly really what to do with back in the day. I can't imagine many kids taking him out on their adventures. Years ago. I got to bring Crystal Ball along. They're like, what
Uh,
the hell is he going to do?
Crystal Ball was definitely one of the figures that I liked in theory and got him. And like Triple C said about Footloose, his ass was cannon fodder. So I always called those the unholy trinities: Raptor, Big Boa, Crystal Ball, and
Yeah.
they knocked Raptor and Big Boa out of the park. If Big Boa made my number two figure for the year last year, and it looks like Crystal Ball is going to be the same. I'm just hoping we don't all fall in love with him and then we get him and his torso is just like this, because that seems to be the problem
Yeah.
lately is the torsos and the ankles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it looks like chat is, I mean, I think everybody's kind of confirmed on Breaker and looks like most everybody is in for Crystal Ball. I love what they did with this dude. So here's a better picture of
Yeah.
just him. I think he looks freaking great. I love that they kept the gray, the touch of
Yeah.
gray on the
Yeah, sure.
temples. We
The
saw that a little bit with Hawk, but
the sword, he's got that old weird gun. Whatever the hell that
yeah, he's got a
revolver or whatever the hell
revolver.
that gun is, it's kind of
Yeah, it's
different.
and so we had kind of heard that this was the time worm from G.I. Joe the movie, but when he talked to Lenny, he said that this was just like like a design, like what I
Okay.
thought it was when I first saw it. It was like filigree, like engraved,
Yeah.
sculpted onto the gun barrel was what
Yep.
Lenny said. I kind of like the idea of it actually being the time worm a little bit better, but I take it. I think this dude looks badass. And I mean, I couldn't believe there's a time that I would be excited for a new Crystal Ball figure, but here we are.
Well, I know. It's so strange. Yeah, Steeler, Worlds Without End, that'd be pretty
Yeah.
wild. But and who said let's see, Sabir said not in stock, but pre-order. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out because somebody was talking about, hey, I got my pre-order.
Okay.
Um,
On Breaker.
but yeah, I had him pulled up on Target.
He
All I had to do was follow through with it, and then the flat tire issue compounded, and I didn't get to finish it in time.
I got another message that I saw a second ago that said he has come in and out of stock a couple times at
Has
Pulse
he?
today. I
Yeah.
haven't been checking. I hadn't been able
I
to
haven't
today.
either. He'll
So
be up without a doubt,
yeah. So keep your eyes peeled if you missed him. But
Yeah.
so all right. So let's get to this dude right here. I think this was the main event for a lot of
Yep.
people yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Uh, So again, go ahead and look at the canister. And I think these are the same. Now, I guess it was the light hitting this canister that was making me think that this was actually like sculpted bits of crystal, but I think they are all the same.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's much difference in there, and whatever. I get it. I mean, would it be cool? Yes, but no, I get it. I mean, the some of those cost cutting measures, maybe like that's fine. As long as it serves the purpose. Um, with the canisters and everything. What is that here?
I mean,
Dreadnought.
they're doing them right. I mean, he's talking about crystal ball, making a crystal
Yeah.
ball.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I mean, it
But it
wouldn't
looks
probably wouldn't
fine.
be.
I'm okay with it. I'm looking at Breaker on Hasbro Pulse, and there's 21 reviews of this figure and a bunch of likes. Do you know what every one of these reviews says?
He's sold out.
Scalping, people buying five. Why is this guy sold out? It's a repaint. How's it going to say pre-order when you select it? It's sold out, which does make sense. That's kind of strange.
It's man,
Horrible
it's
service.
well,
Four
that's
minutes
probably
before it was announced, phone app isn't working. Website said members only, which I am a member. Then says sold out. Lasted 30 seconds, and every time it says sold out, like it's
it
what
it lasted it lasted longer than 30 seconds because it was not 12 o'clock and 30 seconds when I ordered it. It was more like 12:04.
My favorite is sold out before I even got the email. Yes, you'll get the email 11 or 12 minutes after it goes live. Then they'll send you a text message, and it's always about 11 minutes later. So even if you're waiting on the notification, you're shit out of luck. Like that's usually how it goes down. As it really is.
So I ordered mine, and I did not order Breaker when I ordered my order
Right, right,
because I ordered him about 3 hours earlier at Target because he went up to order at Target at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
right, right.
I had a message when I woke up saying Breaker's up at Target
This is
already. And I'm
great.
like,
Oh
okay.
wow.
So I ordered all my shit, had time to text you and find out your situation that you weren't able to get them, go back, place your order, and that's when Breaker was sold out. was
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
time frame between me ordering and asking you if you picked them up. That's when he sold out. So that was about 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's right. Like that's still really fast. And Triple C says the mass device figures shouldn't be this hard to get. They won't be. Breaker, he's a Target exclusive. Every time they do a Target exclusive, this happens with every
Yeah.
single one of them. So, and look at the Tiger Paw. Look how they fucked up the Tiger Paw launch so bad,
Yep.
and then you were able to get them at least on the website for half price. I mean, it took a few weeks, took 5 6 weeks, but they're not going to be hard to get. None of the rest of them are sold out anywhere. None of the main release
See
ones are.
but that's what I mean. Isn't that strange though that like that's the one that's sold out? I mean,
It's
it
just because
makes
it's
no
just because
sense.
it's Target. It's just because it's a Target exclusive. They have to send most of them through Target. Pulse releases a limited quantity of that figure for now and drive some FOMO, but that's what they do. They do it with every one of the exclusives. And something glad we touched on that because something I forgot. Crystal Ball is a Walmart exclusive.
Right.
Crystal Ball is going to be hard as fuck to get when he first comes out. He's
But
going to be like Breaker.
I think it's interesting though that if it is actually, let's say, a Walmart or Target exclusive, right? Then wouldn't you be forced to order it from there instead? Like you wouldn't be able to get it on Pulse. It would only
Well,
be
they well
available
they
at Target, right?
well they go up at both places.
No,
Like
I get
whoever.
it, right? But it's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, this is a Target exclusive, but we're also going to carry it here.
Yeah, and well, they've done it. They've done it with all of them.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have to send the bulk of that initial, I guess, through the retailer, and they
Right.
put up a limited, and then eventually you get them all. So Ken Tomlin jumping in saying, "I'll be passing on Breaker too." Was never a fan of the '80s Sunbow cartoon,
There
but
you go.
Ken, thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, so thanks for coming by. Don't
Absolutely.
remember the name, so if you've been here, I apologize. Um, yeah, I mean, if you weren't a Sunbow fan, people that didn't watch the cartoon, I definitely see why some people would not
Oh, sure. Yeah,
want
yeah, yeah.
these.
Yeah, you have no
Uh,
connection whatsoever to that figure, right?
right, and Triple C Breaker is one of the 13. Yes, he's one of the original 13. Um, Yes, Walmart online exclusive stores get shit. The only Walmart exclusive I've ever seen in a Walmart were the retro card when they were Walmart exclusives.
Yeah,
And,
yep, yep,
and I
yep.
never saw
I'm with you.
I never saw Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Zartan, and there's one other one. But those three, I saw the Crimson Guard once. Uh and that
Okay.
But those are the only Walmart exclusives I've ever actually seen in a store.
Yeah, I
So,
was gonna say I don't recall seeing any of them either.
um,
Definitely.
so I want to move along because we got a whole ass other topic we got to get to. So I want to kind of go through these kind of quickly. Just some shots, more shots of Snake Eyes and the bear. If there's anything you want to touch on, just stop me.
No, I love this dude. This is again like I'm all about it. This is what I want. So I can't say it enough. You know,
Um, what do we think about the price that he wound up being? $64.99.
yeah,
What do you guys think? We're paying $40 for that bear.
it doesn't surprise me. I think it's probably a little higher than what I would like. I think if you look at it as let's say two figures together, then 54 is probably appropriate if you want to charge a little more for the bear. Uh I can't say the accessories are worth the extra money. However, like Triple C says, nine inch bear if you stand him up on two legs. So it's okay. I'm okay with it.
Sabir wasn't surprised by the price. It's actually, honestly, I thought it was gonna be more. Uh,
Really?
I think 65 is the top, the
Okay.
tippy top that I would want to
Oh,
pay for this set.
yes, yes. I know. I'm with you there.
But I thought it was gonna be like 70. Um,
Yeah.
so that gives me hope for something else we're gonna look at. But
Right.
it's a cool set. Like this is a Snake Eyes that I want. The Sunbow Blue. Just wasn't prepared to get a bear with him, but the bear is badass. So
No, I
and he
love it.
has a good boy face too.
Yep. And you get the with the the different accessories for the bear too with the battle damage,
Yep,
so to
the
speak. And
arrows and
uh-huh. And
the chunk of flesh taken
yeah,
out.
so yeah, I mean that's fine. I know Clint says, hey, it's about $5 too high. Um, I'm okay with it, and it is unique, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
cool. I'm
and
cool.
what else are they going to do with the sculpt for this bear? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, Matthew, yeah, but the Mythic Legions is 125 for the bear. It wasn't if you ordered it from Four Horsemen, it was like 79 or $89 because I was that close to ordering it. But yeah,
It's a big
retail,
difference.
I think it's 119, but it's also a fucking Mythic Legion bear. It
Dreadnought
has
brings
a
up a good
saddle.
point. Yeah, but Dreadnought does bring up a good point about Nagahide having two pets. Understand the bear's bigger, but Nagahide have more tooling and paint apps for two pets. Yeah, that's interesting, right? Um,
So,
I don't
all right.
know.
So, I mean, I think it, yeah, it was 80 if you got the all in. That's right. And knocked it down quite a bit.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
so Snake Eyes, I mean, I think everybody's pretty pleased with this set overall.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
All right. So here we got Law and Order.
Enough said.
Yeah. We've said just about all there is to say about this. I'm really looking forward to this. Is really, really excited for this. I like Mutton Junkyard way better. I always have. I always will. But dog, give me all the doggos.
And this is, I
Uh,
mean, it's different too. I just, of course, the helmet, right?
yeah.
Like just, everything about it, it's different enough. And because I remember when this dude came out back in the day, right? And um, now all the hands, if you're gonna have maybe hands as far as holding your hand out for the pup, right? Stuff like that. I don't know if we need a ton of hands
Well, it's just like
for the,
mutt. I mean, it's all for the commands,
you know,
the hand signals
yeah. I
for
mean,
the
I
dog.
I get it. So in that respect, um, it's fine. I just, I know probably a lot of people probably have a bunch of extra hands, right? So
Oh
it's not
yeah,
like you
for
can't
sure.
just swap out, whatever you
Well,
want to
now
do.
mutts were all gloved, so
Yeah, that's true. Yep,
so
that's
these are
true.
actually new sculpts for at least
Right.
some of these. So, all
Uh,
right, there's that better picture of this son of a
oh,
bitch. I
okay.
just didn't put it in order. So,
Yep.
pinhead
Cyberpunk
viper.
2077.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. We
Yeah.
got the claw.
Gotta
You're
love it.
scared of the claw.
And
So we haven't.
everybody been wanting this, man. Smaller
Oh yeah,
vehicles, a little smaller price point. Of course, with the pilot. I love the helmet too.
it looks great.
Just
And
painted it, give it a red paint. I love it.
I love these. I love these female figures, man. I love I love everything about this figure. I'm more excited for this figure than I am to actually have the claw. I think it looks badass. They give her the badass shotgun that comes with the Hiss
Right.
gunner. Uh, I'm surprised this hasn't gone up yet. I think we'll see this on the 18th.
That
I think
yeah, that
on the
makes
fan
sense.
stream.
Yeah, sure.
I think we'll see this then.
Right.
Matthew says he thinks it's going to be 75. Man, I hope not. It
Dreadnought
it
says
better it
54.99.
it better be 55.
$75 for that? Man, come on.
I me and Matthew usually kind of agree on prices on what we think stuff's going to be, but I think this one's going to stay 55. I don't think this one's going to be more.
Just yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like how much was the tiger paw? How much,
55. Ferret was 55.
Yeah,
Trouble
that's
Bubble.
let's fall right in that range, right? That makes sense. Yeah, Woody's on
It,
it, Dreadnought's on it. I don't know, Matthew, that's a little high for me.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I want it, but I don't know. I don't know. I could give 75 for it, especially since I want two of them. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah.
it's not a HMS, and the text missile was overpriced. It was at least $10 overpriced.
I mean,
Uh,
the claw may be
it's
bigger or
thinner.
wider, but
It's thinner.
it's not as like you
It's
know what I
thinner, and
mean.
it's
Yeah,
one color of plastic.
right.
So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's gonna hold at 55, but I am excited for this. I
Hell
dig the
yeah.
claw, man. And I really want the claw pilot. That's all they're calling her. So I'm gonna have to call her something. I guess we got driver Viper for the Stinger, so I guess she's gonna be
Oh,
pilot Viper.
driver Viper.
Oh, hey, how'd you get back in here so far down the slides?
You son of a bitch.
So
There we go.
so
There we
this
go.
now we want to talk about price. So here we see the pictures that it does open up, and if you watch Full Force video, where that these are from, that he did the walkthrough with Chris McLeod.
Right.
Chris did the walkthrough with Lenny in that video, and Lenny actually points out a lot of the details and features of this thing. We get to see it open here. And I got a couple of other pictures. So there's the close up. This one is from Toy Arc, is because I couldn't find the close up picture. So there's their watermark. Go check out Toy
Yeah.
Arc. Here is the seat and the hinge with it open. Lenny shows how it opens up. So this thing is going to be like a foot tall,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
Sure.
don't you don't I mean you don't get a whole lot with it. You get another arm or hands here, the interchange. You got a missile, you got a gun up here. You got the claw hand, you got the flamethrower. This thing looks fucking amazing. Uh, what price wise? What do we think on this? Does not come
Uh
with a figure. That was
yeah,
another question that we had was, is it going to come with a figure? It does not.
man, I don't know. It's gonna be between 75 and 100. It's gonna fall somewhere in that range. That's to me, 75 to 100. It could be in the middle, in between that, right? 84.99. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. Um, a lot of people saying greater than 100, like Sabir. Woody's saying 80. Triple C says 75. I'm no figure, not much in the accessory department. Um, mm, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking probably, like I said, between 75 and 100. To me, maybe at 84.99, 79.99, something like that. I could see that.
I think it's going to be 100.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to. It's as much plastic in it. Again, it's
Right.
mostly one color plastic, but look at all the little pieces that are having to be stuck on and glued on with it. So
Right.
I think there's as much plastic in this thing as there is in a Stinger.
I
Course,
I love it
no
though.
figure, but
Either way, I absolutely love it. And of course, we saw where people were speculating on the size of it, and there's a figure that fits inside, and that's the size of Torch's, flame blast effect, flame effect from the figure. So obviously, if you measure that, then you look at it, then obviously a figure is going to fit inside of there, and it's going to be big, and that turned out to be true.
so I think if you look at it here beside the bear, we know the bear is 9 inches if you stand it up on its hind leg.
Yeah, so it's pretty big. Pretty big. Yeah, it's got to be 12 inches tall. Got to be.
So with it, if the bear on its hind legs is 9 inches tall, here it is on all fours. That's probably
Yeah.
4 inches tall, 5 inches tall.
Yeah.
Maybe. So that next to it, I think it's going to be close to a foot tall.
For sure. Yeah.
So
Either way, I
dreadnought,
love it. And again, it's
yeah,
something else like that I'm all about. Give me this stuff that we've seen, right? Give me the cartoon stuff. Give me the comic stuff, right? Integrate it into the line.
yeah. This is one thing that they definitely that we needed. The something that they needed to do needed to come out in the line, and they did a perfect job of updating this and bringing it in for classified. It looks like we wanted to put a figure in it.
And
It's
we'll
got,
get
it's
the
got
blue one.
everything. Yeah,
We'll get the blue one
red and blue.
too. And they did
Um,
classify the shit out of it, Woody, right? They definitely did. Change it up enough,
mhm.
um, and make it like that kind of mech suit, so to speak.
um,
And put some inside.
Matthew says up here, I hope for 75. It's if it's less, I'll get two. If it's
Yeah,
more, only one. And that's me. Like I'd love to have two of these, but probably realistically this year fitting in my budget, it's just gonna be one for me. I'd like to get another one, but we'll see.
and down the
Um,
line, man. I mean, come on. See how you buy these
and
guys.
Bobby said, looks like there's some images leaking out of V4 Snake Eyes. So I haven't seen those yet. And they weren't out earlier when I looked anyway, was looking on the
Really?
socials. So yeah, see if you can find those while I'm going through.
Let's see. I see what
So
I can dig up.
this one was brought up way back at the beginning of the stream. We said we were going to get to it. Night Force, Beachhead, and Quick Kick. This one is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
What do you think about these two? Like this one is one that I could definitely be an easy pass for me.
Yep. I don't give a shit.
I do.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Quit. At least I like the beachhead. I really the for me the quick kick. I know some people are like, oh, he's bulked up. What are you talking about? Like, for me, beachhead, okay. Quick kick doesn't really do anything for me here. Just doesn't.
I feel the same way. I'm glad they finally gave him some shoes. Get that
Yeah.
man some damn shoes. And down here we get our quick kick head sculpts. This one's got a little bit of face paint on it, and we can't see, at least in this picture. I think this is the only picture of these that I have. Um,
Oh, okay.
so still got his red headband. They
Uh-huh.
seems like they would have maybe changed the color on that to green or something, but I don't know. Maybe it's like the Miyagi Do headband for him. Hell, I don't know.
Right.
Um, Beachhead looking like I like it, but I also want to say why don't he match? Like it's like he's wearing some kind of tactical sweater over over the pants. These are these the
And
same
then
legs as Alley Viper or Trench Viper?
uh man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
that's
ugly Christmas
interesting.
sweater.
Yeah, that's interesting. It is.
And
Yeah, that's
what's
strange.
what's weird is I like this sweater or whatever the hell it is, and I like the pants, but man, it does not look good together. Does it? Like
No, no,
it's so bizarre.
no. I don't.
It's so
Yeah,
bizarre.
that is odd.
And
And like Matthew, needed another night for. See, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, give me the mass device stuff. Give me the weather dominator stuff. Give me the different stuff. I don't need more Night Force. I don't need more Tiger Force. I don't need more. It's sub teams. Like
yeah,
we've got plenty at this point, right? Like, give me the wacky and the wild stuff and the different stuff. Integrate that stuff. But
and his
uh,
his
come
Joe
on,
Pro is red
yeah,
up here. That's so
yeah,
weird. Like all of this tactical vest, the
right,
green, and then he's got a red scarf.
yeah.
and I guess to go with this headband. I don't know. Uh, Chat's divided on this one. Madgus, these a pass.
Well, I know some people really love like the sub team. I know Triple C is a big fan of the all the sub team, stuff. And that's cool. Like, it's just it's like how do I say this? So it's a matter of like when you're spending money and you're trying to like figure out that collection, right? Unless you are a true completionist and you just must get every single thing, then I understand that because I know obviously we know people like that and I fully understand it. But I just for me, it gets to a point where if I saw these guys on the shelf at Target, man, I'd walk past them, and if I saw them again the next week, I'd walk past them, and I'd
It's
walk past them again, and I'd walk past them again because I want something different and new, not just a repaint or whatever. But for those that really love these, I fully understand.
yeah. I mean, if it's your jam, like Triple
Right?
C, like
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
glad they're making it for
Because
you.
there's
Out
some
this
stuff
is
that's my jam, right? You know what I mean?
yeah.
For
Um,
sure.
this is one that I would like. I would be scrolling through Walmart and on the app, and then all of a sudden, like they're having a flash sale, like they did
Okay.
with Shockwave, where it
Sure.
was like
Sure.
half price. Well, before it come out, you guys remember that Shockwave
Yes.
and the Ram,
Yes.
like it was went to like $46 and it wasn't even released yet. So something like that, I picked these guys up, but they do not they don't blow my hair back or anything.
Yeah.
They're man. I'm glad they're making them for people that want them.
Yeah.
Castman's a mechanic. What's going on, brother?
Hey,
Thanks
what's
for
up?
stopping by.
I said the more the merrier, right? So, as long as they continue to make, figures, as long as they continue to produce, then cool, right? As long as there's enough to go around, and this is something that just hurts them that they make them and lose money on them or whatever. And so yeah, make whatever you want. It's just after 5 years now of these guys coming out, basically, I'm ready to see some of the stuff that some of the cartoon stuff,
And
some of the other stuff, comic
and we're
stuff,
doing
whatever.
mass, we're getting mass device, so maybe we're gonna start seeing that. We got the fudgy bar. Don't know if this quick kit comes with the fudgy bar. I didn't see
Yeah,
it
that's
down there.
true. I don't know. I
Um
don't know.
he should always come with the fudgy bar. So here's our box for Cold Slither set. I'm digging it. Baldy pointed
Oh,
out last
100%.
night that this set probably is numbered. It's like graffitied on the
Okay.
back somewhere.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't remember where he showed that it was, but somewhere there is a graffiti on here that's like I think it's 163, and it's just like a random number. So he was thinking that that's going to be the number for the set. So
Yeah.
I don't. It's just something that he pointed out last night that I heard him talking about. There's all kind of little Easter eggs and stuff on this set. I'm excited for this. This is something from the cartoon that I wanted, so I'm in for this. So we got to talk about this
Oh
shit
man,
right
I'm
here.
sorry, dude. This shit is dumb. This shit is stupid. I am this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't even you cannot defend this card art.
What is this?
You cannot defend this card art.
I tell you,
I don't care. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
tell you what,
sorry.
it isn't. It isn't
It's not
Flint.
Flint. It's not Flint. Who the hell this is? Who this dude is? But this is not
This
Flint. That's for sure.
this looks like
It's
somebody told
abomination.
AI to make a South Park version of Flint.
100%. So here's the trick, right? And I hope this doesn't happen, but like, does anybody know like who did this card art?
I have not heard yet. Chris said in his stream he was talking about the art and he was trying to be nice because you don't know if somebody actually did draw it, so you don't want to insult anybody. So he kind of glossed over it.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
I don't
Yeah.
think there has been anybody that has stepped forward to say,
Okay.
"Yeah, I drew those," because
Yeah.
it's terrible. I think it's AI. I think it's cost cutting instead of paying an artist to draw it. I think
Right.
they used some kind of AI program for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Possibly. Look, Menjoza, I get it. This is my favorite character in G.I. Joe.
yep.
Okay, you must understand. This is my favorite guy right here. But a lot of people aren't taking the figure out of the card, right? They're not taking it out of the packaging. A lot of people are going to leave this hanging. A lot of people are going to leave this card up. They're going to display this card. Yes, a lot of people are going to take the figure out, but you get my point, right? More so than a boxed up figure, right? The normal classified boxes. A lot of people like to hang these up. That back here,
Yeah, I
whatever.
do. Mine are
So
right over here.
a lot of
So
people buy two. One they can take out, one they can display. So
yeah,
this is atrocious. I mean, this is truly atrocious.
it's bad.
This is not good. We talk about the Falcon head sculpt all the time, right? Okay.
This is the illustrated Falcon head.
Okay. So if we could talk about the Falcon head, right, and that sculpt, we could talk about this card art, right?
Hugh
Damn.
Jackman playing the melted dude from RoboCop.
I love the
So
fig. The fig is fine.
figure
But
looked
but
great.
but but but, but let's not play games here. Like this shit looks ridiculous.
Um,
Robert Downey in Tropical Thunder. Oh my god.
yep.
Oh my god.
Uh, say what's
Like
up to the collector. Who the hell approved
yes.
this? Not
Right.
me, my man.
This has to get through more than one person. You can't
That's what I
tell
said.
me. Like there's no way you can tell me like 10, 12 people saw this come across their desk and said, "Man, that shit looks good.
Yep, send it.
Fans are gonna eat this up."
So
Like, come on.
Matthew, I do want to highlight Matthew here. So
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
one, two,
Two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five,
five, six. It is
six.
AI. They used AI to make this damn card art. Are you kidding me?
Six-fingered man.
Saving money.
Maybe he killed Inigo
How do you not?
Montoya's father.
Okay, here's the trick though, right? These are retro, right? Retro carded. How do you not have the original card art?
I mean that was they didn't have the exact original with the
On
others.
any
So
of them? So none of them are the actual card art because they didn't want to pay the artist, right?
they probably own it. Hector Garrido's he's
Well,
dead,
they
but
probably
they
do,
probably
I
own
guess.
the
But
images.
right. Then what's then? I don't understand. If we're doing
I don't.
retro, then why aren't we? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I just this makes no sense to me. So,
yeah. But
ugh, ugh,
even if they did not want to pay, even if Hasbro don't own that art at this point, and they didn't want
Turk.
to pay Hector Garrido's estate, why did they just not hire anybody? I'd have taken a stick figure over this shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like there's no excuse for this. I'm sorry.
When you do
They fucked up my boy. Like
the
they
wall
fucked him up.
display of your carded figures, this is the one partially obscured by the cabinet.
He looks like a character actor that plays one of those like stupid characters in some rom-com or some shit, right? He's not a leading man. Flint is a leading man. Okay?
Yes.
He's not a supporting actor. He's not a character
God
actor
damn.
on fucking Everybody Loves fucking Raymond.
He looks like ice coming for him.
This is ridiculous. Oh, hell no.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, I saw him and 16 of his friends at the gas station waiting on somebody to come pick him up at 6 in the morning. Damn, that's
So,
fucked
all
up.
right. So I think we're all in concurrence about how good the figure looks and how awful the art is. But wait, there's more.
Oh no, stop it.
So so this one actually is not too bad.
No,
The main issue with this one is the butthole cannon.
stop it. What is happening right now? What is even happening?
So I think since we never really got clarification on what his damn gun is, like I always thought it was a camera. We talked about this way back when on another stream
Oh,
because
shit.
sometimes it shoots little ring stun
Yeah,
laser
yeah, yeah,
beams.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah,
always used it as a
yeah.
camera. This dude has a gun camera.
Right.
So this one they actually got right. They got the expression right. Why the feature,
Everybody.
the selling point for this figure
Yeah, killing me.
is the visor with
Yeah,
the
the visor.
words on it, and they
100%.
didn't do it on the card art.
Yeah.
Other than
See,
that,
so again, all right, what's happening?
see how many fingers he's got. Let's do a
Hang
finger
on, hang
count.
on. See,
One,
that looks
two,
weird on
three,
the left hand. It looks shit looks
four.
weird. Are you sure? No, 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 hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. One,
One, two,
two, three, four.
three.
I count 5 fingers. I count 5.
I don't think that is a finger. If you can see the cursor, I don't.
Man,
It could be.
no, it is. And then there's a half finger sticking out from the first one closest to the end of the gun, and then there's a little half finger, right? You see you see it? The crease, there's
Yeah.
a half finger.
So
Dude,
right
there's
here,
5 fucking fingers.
one, two, three, four,
This is
five.
out this is outrageous.
Definitely has it on the right hand. Is
This
definitely
is
6 fingers.
and his
This
thumb is hidden, folks. We have a 6.
so this this motherfucker got quado fingers. Quay.
Open your mind. Open your mind. Okay. What's happening? Really,
Uh,
what's going on here?
so
I'm
other
starting to
than
get
that,
this is starting now. I'm start getting pissed off.
other than that, and the butthole gun, this one looks pretty good. So let's
I will say
wait.
though, one other thing I'm a little disappointed on until I get it in hand is the on the visor, the actual words, right?
Yeah,
I thought they needed to be painted like brighter, like
they
very much stand out. And from the images I've seen, they don't quite really stand out the way I think they should. We'll see once we get him. Yeah, Turk, he probably does swim very good.
yeah,
Uh,
probably.
and
It's a scanner. McLeod talked about it. It's on the accessories list, so it's a
sure,
scanner.
hey, whatever.
It's
It
it's
is what it is.
it's a fucking camera. He's a televiper.
Yeah, it's
It's
it's a
always gonna be a camera.
look. He has a chocolate starfish in the middle of his gun. It's okay. We all recognize that. We get it.
Any hot dog flavored water in there? I wonder. But wait, there's more.
Oh shit.
Oh,
You know, it's
what?
sad. I've seen all these, but this is the
I,
first time I've studied them.
yeah,
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
she
Zoom
has
in
the
on
right amount of fingers.
no, hang on. Hang on. Zoom in on the left hand. Zoom in. Let's go. Okay. So far, so good.
One, two, three, four.
Okay. Cover
One,
girl is
two,
normal.
three, four.
She's
I'm
normal.
not even gonna say it. The face though,
Wait a
man.
minute. Wait a minute. Oh my
The
god.
the face is some uncanny valley territory
Oh
to
my
me.
god. No.
But I gotta say though, man, like at least this one looks semi-normal other than the face.
Shit. What's
Uh,
happening?
Dreadnought says the cover girl's figures,
Oh, the
right?
fig is fantastic.
All the
His
figures are great.
the figures are great. I'm just talking about the card art. And again, because a lot of people do display these. It's not just about taking the figure. A lot of people
Yeah,
like to hang these up. And it's like you're gonna have to start overlapping shit. That's fucked up.
yeah. And
No
like you said,
cleavage though.
these are display pieces for a
Yeah.
lot of people. I have
Range.
so my retros that I don't have open.
Okay.
are all up here on the wall, and the empty cards for the ones I have opened are up
Sure.
here on the wall.
Yeah, I get
These
that
will
too.
not
Right.
be up here on the wall.
Yeah,
They don't
I'm
match.
not a fan of this cover art either. And I mean, yeah, I know I'm not alone. I'm sorry. Like sometimes, look, my criticism of stuff, and people are like, you're out of your mind. I get it. There's no way in the
Nobody has
world I
seen
could be
these.
alone here. Like
Yeah,
on
nobody
this
has
sort of
seen
stuff.
these and thought, man, those cards look great. So, Chaz the Guru actually did a meme because he's the meme master. So he had a meme that's the Winnie the Pooh, like the regular, and then the Tux, and then like the derpy one, and it was like Walmart Walmart retro cards was the regular one. The one in the Tux was post Walmart exclusive
Oh
retro
God.
cards, and then the derpy one is new retro cards.
It,
It was perfect.
you're right though with the uncanny valley on it. She does somewhat reminiscent of like a China doll or kind of that
Hmm.
not necessarily anime, but another kind of style that's um yeah,
It does look better than this one though.
this has to be AI art though.
Oh yeah,
100%. That's Sally Deadeyes right there.
yeah, it's dead-eyed,
Yeah,
dead-eyed Courtney.
that's brutal. But yeah, I just can't man, oh man. I mean, I love the figure though. From what I've
Looks
seen of
great.
it, I absolutely do. Love love the sledgehammer and everything. Love the ball cap. I'm a big fan of that. I love a girl wearing a ball cap anyway. But um,
Let's cleanse our palates for a second.
please do.
So
I'm so you guys don't understand how fucking disappointed I am right now. Like
at least
truly.
the figures look great though.
Yeah,
So
no, I know, but I'm really disappointed right now.
yeah, that dude, they're awful. They're terrible. These are
At least it's
these
not Stalker version 1
these
classified.
these pictures are as bad as the actual cardboard was for the first ones. So
Yeah, that's true.
all right, so I'm gonna blow through some pictures of the firefighter
Let's
here.
see. Yeah, let's see the firefighter,
And
baby.
Breaker. There's one of Breaker. There's
Yeah.
that one. I got these art pictures of Snake
Whoa.
Eyes.
I love these though. I mean, they do some fun photography though. Um,
I
when
forgot where I
they're
put those
doing their
in.
stuff. I mean, and mixing up a combination of maybe effects with, the figures and adding in snow or adding in other stuff, or however they do it. I do like these. Yeah, they do a good job.
So there's one with him kind of riding his new bear buddy
Yeah,
there.
man. Hell yeah. Mountain the polar bear. Take me on
So
an
here's
adventure, bitch.
so we're just gonna run through these pretty quick
Oh,
because
that's cool.
we still gotta get to our
Shit.
main. So
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
we're
That's gonna be
yeah.
tough.
So it is, but
Yep.
I gotta. So these are great. I love these pictures. I'm just gonna. I threw them in here, so we're gonna look at them. I love that. It's got the axe and the mini
Yeah.
sledge here, so these look great. I can't wait to get this dude. And this dude is actually GameStop's got this guy for coming out on 420. I don't know if that'll change or not.
Huh.
Um, yeah, so I don't that may change. It did on the other retros. So there's the Mylar blanket we talked about.
Yeah, I do like that though. That's, cool accessory, to come along with it. I think that's fun.
He said bareback done right.
See, yeah, Bareback Mountain. Wait,
Bareback
what?
rar.
Hang on a minute. That shit's real freaky.
So
Oh,
let's see.
looks like Megan. Yeah, Clint, you're
It
right.
does look. It does look like
She did
Megan.
look like Megan. Oh God.
So there's
Last
this one. This one. So we got this one. Got to talk about it. I'm gonna get
Zartan.
this
Zartan.
Zartan. I'm gonna get this one. This is a Super 7. This is the Reaction Plus. Does change color. I am gonna get it.
Uh
There, there is.
yeah.
Arctic Cobra Commander.
There'd have to be, there's certain ones maybe that would have to be to get me to really jump in and buy some of these. I mean, just at the price point, that most of them are. Um, there are some cool ones, but they're weird though. They look a little weird to me, I guess.
Do you remember that episode of the cartoon where Wild Bill shot at those cobras with a fucking desert eagle?
What is happening? Look at his mouth.
At least it's not AI.
What is it? Is it? We don't know that.
If it is, at least this is good AI. But no,
his mouth looks strange though.
Yeah,
his lips. He's looking
he
for love in all the wrong places.
He looks like Dangle from Reno.
Officer Jim Dangle. Oh no. It's off the rails, folks. It's off the rails at this point. It's fucking shit, man. Like this is, oh my god. I can't even.
I am digging it though, Wild Bill.
Wait, whoa. Scroll back in. Scroll back in, please.
Oh, you gonna talk about his
hand?
6 fingers. I was wondering if you were gonna catch it. It's better AI.
Oh my god. No.
I was waiting to see if you were gonna see it. Yes, he looks like a super trooper.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this Matthew. Ain't right. I saw
this ain't right.
And Matthew. I knew it was there.
He's got one on the trigger.
Oh, for sure.
Son of a bitch. This is a problem, okay? That is AI art.
But it looks better than the Hasbro, at least. At least they went with cartoon instead of trying to turn them into real people.
This is going to make me re-examine every figure, every card art especially, coming out in 2025.
For sure.
Shit.
Viper Scout and Mr. Magnus, I want to go back to this. Wish the coat on him was not painted on the legs. I wish it was actual piece. But then, I mean, with these, though, you'd never be able to pose this figure or do anything with it.
Sure.
I agree. Yeah. It would look much better, but they did that out of practicality. If they made this a skirted piece for the jacket, we'd all be complaining about how you couldn't do anything with this figure. So
right.
I agree. I would have rather seen it, but for practicality to be able to do anything with this, if you're going to open it, as I would for these. So I'll probably get this one too. I actually dig all of this line, really all of this wave, really, except for this Snake Eyes, and he doesn't look bad. This is a good looking.
No, I agree. Eyes. I agree.
I just don't need another one. This is,
that's the thing, right? I mean, there is a little bit of a, compared to the original O-rings, there is a little something to these figures that look strange, to me.
Yeah, Triple C. These are the Reaction Plus line.
They do look kind of janky, right? Yeah, that coat. There's certain things about these. They almost look. There's like a goofiness to them. They're just enough off, right? They're just enough special that like they're just a little off. And whereas those original O-line, O-ring figures rather, they looked, they were tightened up, right? There's something just a little off with these. Their legs look a little. Now, course, you go back and look at some of those O-ring figures. You look at the legs, and you're like, yeah, they're kind of thin and straight down, right? They weren't, like what we're used with the classifieds. But um, for some reason, to me, they just look a little off, and maybe that's why I'm not able to quite buy into them as others have been able to do. Because this isn't the reaction, right? This isn't the
Yeah,
just like
reaction. Yeah, reaction
is it
plus.
okay? The plus, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's all right, but like everybody says, do you need another Snake Eyes? Probably not.
yeah. I don't. It's a good looking figure, but if I found it now, I talked about Yojo Depot where he
Okay,
can get some of the ones with damaged cards
yes.
and get a good deal on them. This is one that I would buy because it is a good looking figure. If he wound up getting this figure in with the damaged card and I got it really cheap, I would pick it up.
Now, do
But
you remember the really light blue Snake Eyes that they had?
mhm,
Do you guys remember that thing? That thing. When I saw that at Target, I was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like
I
it
think
was
I've got that one.
that you may have got it. That thing. I was like, what is this from? I was like, I mean, it was so just out of the. You probably did buy it, didn't you?
Uh, no, I was looking for something else, and so I can full screen myself now. So I hope I don't ruin the rest of everything.
That's so
So
funny.
look at that picture there,
Okay.
and get that picture in your head, and I'm gonna full screen, and I'm gonna show you
Okay.
that one that I have right here. It's the same picture. This is the same figure. It's just the reaction plus version of this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew I had one of those Snake Eyes figures
Right.
around here somewhere. This one was actually a Christmas present from my buddy Berserker's Brush. He sent me a big
Okay.
care package,
So
and he
that
knows I like these. I like the
uh
reactions to hang up. So it's the same card art.
let's see. Real quick. I think Mr. Mag is heading out. I hear you, buddy. So yeah,
Well,
that's interesting. I mean, but you're right. It's the same. It is the same one, same art. I mean, what are you gonna do? Something different? The
the
sword,
Minecraft.
yeah, it's kind of short handle, I guess, considering how big his hand is on it. Right? If you look at
I
it.
can't I can't really fault them for using the same art because it's good art and
Oh
it's
no,
the
he's not
same
leaving.
figure.
Sorry. Sorry, Mr.
Yeah, I was
Magus, you're
looking
not
for
leaving.
it. It
It
said
says
bye.
it says Matthew said right. I thought he said night. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my
Uh,
contacts are starting to get a little blurry at this point. So I apologize, but yeah, it's the card art. There's something wrong with the card art, man. I mean, there's just something wrong with the card art. Like at this point, if we're looking into the future, it's obvious that there's some shady shit going on. I mean, whether you care or not,
yeah.
some people don't care, and and I get it. I understand why they wouldn't, but again, a lot of people display these. The boxes is one thing, but a lot of
Nobody
people.
wants to display these shitty new cards.
But that's what I'm saying because they do look off. They look weird, and I'm glad you pointed out the Desert Eagle. And then, oh no, we have six fingers again. And they're always on the left hand. What's the problem here? You notice that?
Yeah, to the left.
Yeah. They're always on the.
I just I just missed a call. Matthew accidentally called me.
Oh, shit.
What? I was like, what's going on over here?
Who knows? I mean, it's out of control. But yeah, that card art, there's something going on, man. I don't know. I mean, would it cost that much money to pay the original artist? I don't think that's what it truly is. But I
Well,
think there might be an element of using AI, obviously, to just do it and save money
with the
on it.
with the Joes, that's what I was thinking, and I was going to tie
Yeah.
that into what we were going to
Yeah.
mainly talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
was
I
that
hear you.
them cutting costs.
So,
So
yeah, I have to jump into this, jump into it with a quickness because you have an early meeting tomorrow. So, but I've pretty much got my info down pat. So yeah,
While you pull it up, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
yeah, go do your thing.
I need to handle that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you do. You need to handle something, Mister. Uh, don't shake it more than twice. You're playing with it. Um, let's see. Let's add to the stage. Let's zoom it in. So, Hasbro released like their quarter four report, right? They kind of came out, said, "Hey, we're um, cutting costs, right? That's a big deal. They're cutting costs." And I was going through their charts. I was kind of going through like, what they did for year end 2023, what they did for year end 2024, looking at like their quarter four from last year. They put out a whole package, and some of their directives. And actually, if you go up and look, and I'll show this, and then I'll come back to the one that I'm on. Let's see, number 29. Okay. So they have this whole thing that they're coming out with. It's called playing to win. They have different kind of, different building blocks about their growth and what they're trying to do. They're showing kind of their Magic the Gathering statistics, which I think is interesting because did you know the average tabletop player is 30 years old? Damn it. Fucking StreamYards. Are you serious? Oh my God. It's going to piss me off. That's why I told them we probably ought to save this topic for next week when they iron out their beta for their bullshit. I am showing something. So here, let me stop sharing it. I'm going to go back. There's nothing 3-star can do to save it now. Let's see. Let me minimize YouTube. Let's put you over here, YouTube. You son of a bitch. All right.
3 stars back to save the day.
Yeah, well, you probably ain't gonna be able to save it because it's not showing pictures again.
Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
because I've got the chart pulled up, which I was gonna blow through pretty quick because, like I said, you do have an early meeting. So I'm gonna add it to the stage again. All right, there it is. I'm gonna look at YouTube and nothing. And honestly, there's no sense in going over this info with y'all without the pictures because like it kind of is crucial to actually look at the numbers.
Yeah, we got to look at the. You've got the graphs,
and
the
I have
charts.
I have all kinds of shit, but I've got graphs, I've got Mattel's numbers, I've got so it's back up. We'll see how long it lasts, but the other thing is though,
I saved the day.
Right. This might take a little while, so that's what I was going to say. Maybe it's a little bit of a precursor, and next week we can dig a little bit more into it. But did you guys know the average tabletop player is 30 years old? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I think that's interesting though. But Magic obviously makes a lot of money. Average tenures 5+ years. That kind of makes sense if your average player's 30 years old. Chances are, once they start getting in their mid-30s, maybe getting married, you're not going to play Magic at your local comic shop anymore. But Magic being like a big part of their brand. Wizards of the Coast, that's a big part of their brand. However, what I wanted to show was kind of their revenue chart. Boom. All right, let me zoom in some more. All right, so let's see here. I want to fit it all on the page. There we go. If you can see this, I don't know.
I'm full screen.
So basically, if you look at their year end from December 31st, 2023, they brought in as a net revenue $5 billion as a company. Okay. And if you look at their year end as of last year, they lost sales. They only brought in $4.1 billion as a toy company. The least of which was really their digital stuff, video games, for instance. Now, they made a bunch of money in 2023 when they released Baldur's Gate 3. That actually brought them in like 90 million, more than that, actually. But if you look at their cost of sales, like the cost of doing business, so they made $5 billion, right, in 2023, But if you look at their cost of doing business, it was 34%. That's a high cost. That means your
It's a
production
lot.
costs are high, right? You're paying labor. Maybe you haven't figured out, your factory issues, right? You're spending a lot of money to make money. So, but if you look, even though their sales went down, their cost of doing business went down, right? So, so just looking at that number from 34% to 28%, they've been cutting costs like a son of a bitch, which
Yeah,
may be
everywhere.
part of what we're seeing as far as like your card art, right? Some other stuff like that. Now, I actually find these numbers kind of fascinating once I started digging into them, because if you start digging into some of their tax things, like some of their tax breaks or tax revenue, if you look at what do they divvy their stuff up, their brands or their partner brands, right? Uh, IP, like them sharing their IP, selling out their IP. How much money are they bringing in? Um, Selling, distribution, administration, like, all these numbers are here that you can check out. Royalties, $428 million the prior year from just royalties. Then if you look at from this past year, it dropped to 284 million. So they lost a lot of sales, almost $1 billion in sales from 23 to 24. They're in last place in the toy business. Lego brings in about $8 billion a year. Mattel is up there. You've got like I think Bandai is another company that's up there, but they don't make near as much as even
No,
Hasbro,
they're way more
right? They're
specialized
like
and stuff.
1.5 billion maybe in sales. But let's see if I can find the one. There's a really interesting chart I want to look up, but a couple of the slides. So let's see, franchise brands. Okay, 24, 3 months in. So 786 million in the last 3 months ending last quarter. Franchise brands. All right, that's Dungeons and Dragons. That's Hasbro Games, Magic the Gathering, Nerf, Play-Doh, Transformers. Transformers being probably their biggest one as far as what we're thinking about, right? Uh, $786
Nerf.
million. Nerf's big. $786 million from just their franchise brands. Partner brands, that's their non-branded, non-Hasbro branded stuff is like 181. Portfolio brands and at 134. They completely dropped the non-Hasbro branded film and TV because they sold that E1 Canadian broadcast thing that they had bought back in like 2019, I think it was. And it didn't make them any money. So they were losing money trying to make original content like movies and shit. So they sold it to Lionsgate. So they're going to see like they're going to see money accrued in this coming year from the sale of their E1 property. The reason I want to bring it up is because, like, if we look, let's see, if we look at a lot of their stuff and we talk about like QC issues, which you and I brought up earlier, you'd think, okay, they're
Yeah.
cutting costs, right? But it hasn't really affected their QC, which is interesting,
Yeah,
when you
we
think
we
about it.
talked about the fact that it seems like the issues, the QC and stuff is getting better.
Yeah,
And
has actually like gotten better, even though they're cutting costs. So they're probably right now in that nice little zone of
it went
figuring
blank
out
again.
how to make money, right? That's really what it is. It's all about trying to figure out how are they going to make money, and they're probably finding that sweet spot. Um, you
Your
know,
your your picture disappeared
oh
and
no,
I had it.
yeah, I actually pulled it. I stopped sharing it
Okay,
because
well, we're
yeah,
because
yeah,
we're not on the screen. I had it full screen, and now it's not showing either of us on the screen. Oh, there we are. We're
yeah.
back.
You just
That was
changed
on
the
that was on StreamYard. I didn't do
yeah.
anything.
Well, no, that's yeah. I went back and changed the group layout. I went from that to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were on group layout.
Quit
But
messing with me, man.
but but I think it's interesting because like looking at Hasbro versus Mattel, and obviously Mattel is whooping that ass. Um, Especially like, Barbie alone, even though the sales of Barbie dolls were down. As a matter of fact, the sales of dolls and toys and dolls in general over the last couple of years has gone way down. Um, and let's see, damn it, I got a couple things that are not wanting to pull up.
Well, I pulled up the fourth quarter highlights one.
So come on, load up for me, baby.
Man, this sucks. StreamYard's being
Yeah,
janky, dude.
it is. It's being real
Can
janky for me right
can you
now.
guys? It looks like YouTube is showing the graph which is one of your slides. I just pulled this one up because you quit sharing. Um, this is the
Yeah, that
fourth quarter highlights.
yeah, well, the net revenue. It's kind of weird when you try to read it because what they'll do is they'll put it in like hundreds of millions of dollars. Or so when you read it though, and it says like
Yeah,
1,102 million, that's
million.
1.1 billion. So
Yeah,
you have to read it like that. It's kind of strange.
yeah, it's very
Uh,
weird.
but the one thing I really kind of wanted to show in relation to just Hasbro, right? Because you guys might be buying Mattel products. I don't know. Um, but looking at just the Hasbro brands, right? We talk about like Star Wars and we talk about like G.I. Joe and Transformers. Um, it's pretty obvious, which one is the most popular. And this is a chart from the fan streams, all right? And I'll zoom in on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So if you look at the Pulse live streams that they do, all right, and you look at the fan engagement, the average viewers, I guess, or whatever, and you look at the views. When they do a Pulse stream, Transformers gets about 50,000 average views. Marvel gets next. Star Wars is last, and G.I. Joe's sandwiched in between Star Wars and Marvel. And it doesn't surprise me that Star Wars is bringing up the rear. So when it
No,
comes
not
to
a bit.
when it comes to like their even what within their own company. And so it makes you wonder when you've heard about them trying to get out of these contracts or hoping to just fulfill these contracts because they've been losing money on these contracts. And I think that as soon as they can get out of those deals, you're going to see those IPs go to another toy company. Just like with, McFarlane losing the DC license and eventually that's going to run out, right?
Yep.
And it's going to go to somebody else.
2026.
Okay.
They've got it through 26, I
So
believe.
it's going to run out at some point in time. But if you look at the interest, I think we all know Transformers is the one that really crushes it. But as much doom and gloom as we've talked about, as far as like, with Hasbro and saving money and cutting costs, losing money, layoffs. They laid off a bunch of employees, but I think that they actually have someone in house now that's trying to figure out how do we still make good product and how do we cut costs. And it seems to me they're actually kind of finding a happy balance. And in 2025, they may be able to kind of right the ship back around. Um, the magic stuff will always sell. GI Joe. It does. You can't find a breakdown for how much GI Joe accounts for their business model. Like it's just not there. Trying
Yeah.
to find those numbers. If you look globally at like the biggest brands, I've got one screen that'll kind of give you an idea. Now, this is a lot of these finance websites you go to, they want you to sign up. Boom, and there we go. It's not showing up on screen. There it is, finally. So, but if you look at them, a lot of these finance web pages where you try to learn this information, they won't give it to you freely. They want you to sign up. They want you to pay money. But if you look at the top toy brands, I mean, this is pretty much it. Now, they have the dollar amounts for the first 10. And then after that, it's kind of locked. But like Lego, at,
Yeah.
at 8 billion, Bandai Namco, One 1.4,
They're
billion.
huge
So,
in Japan. The
right.
import stuff, they're getting big here, but they're way bigger in other countries.
But like the drop on now, these are the monetary values, I guess, So it's not necessarily sales, but your values, a value of the company. But Barbie at 721 million, Fisher Price 652, Hot Wheels, Nerf, Dragon Ball, Mobile Suit Gundam,
Who'd have thought that would have been on there?
Mattel
But
at 272, Hatchimals, right? Now, what you'll find kind of
there you
interesting if
go,
you look,
Crow. You're on the board. Gasoline.
yeah. But if you look at some of these, like, and you look at the sales, you look at the companies, for the most part, it's kind of a mixed bag. Like Fisher Price lost a shit ton of money from 23 to 24. Barbie made money, Bandai lost money. Lego made money from one year to the next. Dragon Ball dropped about 50 million dollars. Um, Nerf dropped over $100 million, and I think Nerf has a serious identity crisis right now. Their product is so weird. Their
Oh
branding and
yeah,
shit is
it's
all over the
everywhere.
place. It's weird, and none of it makes any sense. There's no uniformity. But even Mattel, losing over 25 million. I mean, most of these people are not buying toys, and adult toy collectors are becoming the bigger part of the market now. You're always going to have parents buying, birthday presents for kids. You're always going to find those people running in trying to find a toy for little Jimmy to take to the party. But for the most part, you're talking about adult collectors are the ones that are really becoming the largest supporter of the especially action figure market.
Yeah, we've
Uh,
known that for a while now. That's
right.
it's adults that are buying most of that. Triple C's got a question for you about production wise.
Yeah, see, they produce more, they get more money for Joe's. You think it would matter? No, see, that's where okay. So that's the trick, right? So you have to thread a needle, right? So, we talk about being sold out or the pre-order being sold out, right? But you have to thread a needle. So you have to set pars and you have to kind of predict the interest. You have to predict the sales. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But if you overproduce and you're left with a bunch of stock, what happens to that stock? It ends up at Ollie's. It ends up at Ross. And then you're selling it for pennies on the dollar to them to then have it sit on their shelves for 2 years. The Shuricopter, I'm sure you can still find at an Ollie's near
It
you.
was it was there when I was talking to you last week
Now,
when I was in Ollie's.
who do you think made the Shuricopter?
The Shuricopter was Hasbro, wasn't it?
Exactly. And that was
Mm-hmm.
a contract with Marvel.
With Marvel. All
Off
of
of
that shit's still
Based
there
off of
though.
fake interest in the properties. And yeah, 10 years ago when Marvel was hot, people were buying the shit. But the last 6 years, the brand has been diminished and nobody's buying it anymore. Nobody wants
Yeah.
it. The movies have
Nobody
sucked. The
wants that
shows have sucked.
stuff.
The reason I showed this chart, though, I thought is interesting because it's talking about the doll toy game global market. Just wrap it all up. Accounts for $129 billion, almost $130 billion in 2024. They're expecting that to go up to almost $200 billion in the next 5 years. Who do you think is going to account for most of those sales?
Us.
Us. That's just the truth of it. And what's interesting is you'll find a larger part of those sales, a massive part of those sales are in the Orient. They're not in the US. We're not the largest purchasers. A lot of
No.
it has to do in China, right? It's amazing the difference in the dollar amounts between, the United States and like China and the toy market. That crazy, crazy difference between the two. Um, but that's the expected growth. That's a lot of growth
And that's
in five
with
years.
all of the cuts that they're making, AI card art, dumping off the film section of it, and this giant push that they are going to be making to take their existing games digitally. That
Right.
is what their big push is. All of your life, your operation, your whatever the hell monopoly, they're all going to be pushing digital versions of these games, app versions that you can play with your friends with
Yep.
probably 100 fucking microtransactions in that shit. That's what they are talking about in one of these articles you've got saved is the play article, talking about how that is going to be their focus, and that's what they're going to do is they're going to develop
Yeah.
more of their existing games into a digital space and stop focusing so much on physical stuff. And based on the way Hasbro runs their website, I have serious doubts on being able to
I
pull that
know.
shit off.
I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. It's so wild. But I'm with you. I mean, I just think that as much as we've talked about their issues right over the last several years, the biggest thing for them is saving money. Right? They have to save money because they won't survive as a company. So they have to cut costs. They have to do layoffs. And hopefully, the one thing it won't affect is the quality. What I find interesting, like with this chart here, I think this is so wild. Is this
This is the one I was telling you, talking to you about. It's so
this is
weird.
this is the value over time. It is, but you can click on it, right? So if you want to look top 10 brand values over time from 2015 through 2023 up into 2024, you can look at this and you can see how Bandai Namco has grown as a brand from 2015 and then reaching a peak in 2020. You know, if you add Barbie to that table, you can see that Barbie obviously does better than Bandai. And you can see the growth of Barbie from 2015 to 2020 and in 2022 kind of peaking out, around the same time. If you want to take those off and look at Dragon Ball, you can see the growth of Dragon Ball. And all of these have kind of fallen off in the last couple of years. You add Fisher Price to that. Fisher Price kind of, top 2023 peaks out. And then you got to look at some of those products, right? What was Fisher Price doing in 2023 that became very popular? And if you want to research that, obviously you can go back and look for that. You've got Mobile Suit Gundam and its popularity. Add Hot Wheels to that chart and you can see Hot Wheels and how Hot Wheels has grown in popularity since 2021. It's gotten more popular.
I
Brand
have a
values gone
theory.
up.
I got a theory on Hot Wheels actually, because Hot Wheels is one of them things that's always gonna sell. Hot Wheels is an evergreen property. You can do
Yes.
100
Yes.
different million different variations, combinations. You're always gonna come back to it's a car, it's a truck, it's a whatever. They make the shit aimed at females, at girls. They have their own lines of Hot Wheels. At the end of the day, it is a little toy car, and toy cars is something that is always going to sell. But
100%.
one of the other things we're talking about with some of the brands and the stuff we're talking about is inflation and shit getting expensive. Well, Hot Wheels are $1.29.
Still a
So
dollar, dollar
still a
29.
dollar 20. They
Right.
were 89 cents, then they went to 99, and I think now they're at about a dollar 29. But if that's your jam, or if you just pick up cool ones you like when you see them or whatever, you're not you ain't gonna be your ass ain't gonna be out buying Hot Wheels. So if you're
Right.
sticking to that, that's Hot Wheels is gonna grow just because there might be people that, well, I can't really afford to pick this up or pick that up, but Hot Wheels is still
Yeah.
kicking, and I can buy, you know, the just say Joe's. Joe's went from 25 to $27. So I've
Right.
got to cut back on those. But if I don't buy that one Joe figure that I was on the fence about, and that price increase knocked me off the fence, well, I can take that $27 and go buy 24 Hot Wheels with it. And
Right.
things like that, their brand is going to grow. Hot Wheels ain't going no damn where.
No. And Clint, just to answer your question, Nintendo kind of joint owns Pokemon now. It was started by Bandai, but they no longer actually own it. But yeah, no, I'm with you. You're right. I mean, if you're a collector and you want to try something new, then you're going to get more bang for your buck. I think also too, just when it comes to children, buying a big thing of Hot Wheel cars for your kid instead of maybe other figures that or other things that may cost a little more when you can get more bang for your buck. Times are tight. I get it, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of people that collect Hot Wheels, man. Like,
Yep.
and like people were saying, Mr. Magus, they're insane. I mean, it's some people, man, but they're just like us, right? I mean,
Yep.
you see how we get into these debates and we get into this shit about GI Joe and some of the other stuff. And Hot Wheels collection, it's the same thing. It's just different product. But yeah, just looking at, Lego is always popular. Kind of had a dip in 2021. Sometimes they'll have product out that's not, it's kind of like, that didn't really hit, or whatever. But, it's all about what they've got out. There's Mattel as just a, you know, uh, blanket, as far as blanket, company. And then you got your Nerf product, which spiked in 2020. I wonder why,
Yeah, that was pretty easy one to figure out.
right? Everybody's at
Everybody at
home
home.
and they want to, shoot a bunch of Nerf guns. Some of these products definitely peaked in 2020. But my point is that it's interesting to look at some of these brand values and look up some of this information because it just gives you an idea of kind of the within the industry anyway. Like when we talk about a lot of this stuff, we talk about a lot of this stuff and kind of how it makes you mad, or they can't get this shit shipped out, or why is it taking so long? I'm not expecting dial tone till 2026, shit like that. Uh, but right now, some of these companies, but particularly Hasbro, in order to survive as a company, they have to make cuts. And ultimately, I think they are going to lose the Star Wars license. It's not worth it to them to keep.
No, they need to lose that
Marvel,
license.
even at this point, is not
I
really worth it to
I'd,
them.
I'd like to see them be able to hang on to Marvel and shove Star Wars off. I just don't know if they could get rid of one without getting rid of the other. Because the
Yeah,
Marvel stuff is selling as long as it is the stuff that is not mandated by Disney that they have to make under contract for whatever shitty movie. The
right,
other stuff's selling. Them X-Men 97 figures, bam, can't find them anywhere. Them retro Spider-Man cards, bam, can't find them anywhere. The Iron Man
right,
figures, can't find them anywhere. Well, you can kind of find 70s pimp Tony Stark in the Mark One, but those retro Spider-Man legends, those are banging, man. The Iron Man ones look good. Um,
yeah,
I'm gonna jump some hurdles to get that Green Goblin. I've got to have that Green Goblin. I keep talking about it. I need to order it, bitch. It comes out next month. I got to get it. That comic accurate Green Goblin.
yeah,
But I agree. I think if they could just somehow manage to dump having to do Star Wars, they would be so much better off. And I mean, who would you want to see Star Wars go to that you think could breathe some life into it and
man,
not make them have to make all this bullshit?
yeah.
It wouldn't be McFarlane.
No, no, no. I don't know. I mean, I tell you, I'm not sure because I just think that the brand is damaged so much right now that, it's not like Hasbro hasn't been going back and making, Thrawn figures or, I'm not saying Shadows of the Empire figures, but
Oh,
like they've
dude,
been going back.
I saw some in hand pics of Shizor.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
looks
I
good.
love it.
I'm gonna
I
have to
mean,
get the Shizor.
it's not like they haven't been going back and making those figures, but I do think, and Jay Astro, thanks for hanging out, dude. I really appreciate it.
You out, homie?
Uh,
Yeah, I ain't too far behind you. I just got this Ambien down
yeah,
about
I
30
was gonna
minutes ago.
say, yeah,
So
we're gonna
I'll
have to
be
we're gonna
on
have to
some
jump off
crazy
pretty
shit here
quick.
in a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, nah, we
It
we
might be
probably need
time to
to.
go back to the Mos Eisley
Yeah,
Academy.
yep, yep. Nah, but I'm with you. But Yeah, so it's interesting. I'm curious to see. I think they will make a rebound, but I think it's going to take them actually truly
Did
kind of changing things up and dropping a couple things.
did
And
you have the full year highlight slide pulled up? Was that one the one that you pulled up?
uh,
Um,
yeah, I think so.
the
I
one
mean, if
oh
you're
we're
just talking
just
about
well, I was just gonna go over like the net revenue um is down 17%.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
uh,
we went
that's
over that
the one I
stuff.
thought you was going over, and
Yeah,
then net
that's
earnings,
yeah.
diluted shares. Okay, that's
Uh,
because that's the one that I was looking at here, and then it's got the financials on it with kind of the breakdowns, and then it actually has the dividends. Like somebody got a 25-cent dividend for one quarter.
um,
Um, Consumer products, profit and loss. So they were in the hole 28 on P&L. So
yeah.
that
I,
it's post that or say where this is so people can look this up if they're interested. This was actually on Hasbro. It's on their numbers. You can get it, but you found it. Where exactly did you find it? Because it's got
uh,
some real interesting
it
hard numbers on it.
may not let me paste it in the chat. Yeah. All right. So that's their 2024 right there. That's what it is. I just posted it in there. It's kind of their quarter four and full year 2024 earnings that they put out just like a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
And
they're findable. You found them just yesterday.
yeah, I just posted in the chat. But but yeah, I actually had these saved for probably a few days. I was going to talk about it like I think last Friday.
Well,
But
that's something that you could probably, if you need to fill time when you have Punk on, maybe talk
no,
about some
no.
of that with
I don't
him.
want to. Nah, I don't. That's not what I want to get into with him. Really,
Well,
it's gonna be a little
you know
different.
he's a Hasbro ball gobbler, so you don't want to
Oh,
enrage him
oh
too much
yeah.
talking
No,
about that. So
I don't want to get him too
just
upset.
gobble gobbling balls.
That's right, man. Evidently, right.
Well, we
That's what
put
the
our
word on the
magazines in,
street,
backwards.
right? It's but I don't know, man. It's funny because like we just think about product, right? And it's like gimme, right? And of course I'm not shilling for any companies by any means, that's for sure. But I do find it interesting when you have a large company, they can't pivot on a dime. So it takes time. It's like trying to steer an aircraft carrier. When you have these large companies, you can't just make decisions and execute them a day later. Small businesses can do stuff like that, but these companies require, a lot to try to change direction, and figure out a way to come up with different initiatives. They have to identify all the problem areas. Where's all the loss going to? And that's why a lot of times people see, they cut 1,100 jobs. That's bullshit. But out of those 1,100 jobs, 500 might have been really redundant. They could
Yeah,
have been extremely redundant. They could have been employees that aren't really doing anything. Like just
you think they brought in the Bobs from Office Space?
I know, right? Man, I'd love to have been in some of those meetings. I
I
mean
may
that.
be in one in about 12 hours.
Well, I hope not. Yeah, I'll
Yeah, I
find
got
out tomorrow,
some
I guess.
some interesting things may prevail tomorrow. So next time you guys see me, I may look a little different. I don't know. Have to see how it goes. This meeting, having it work tomorrow. um, we got to do respirator fit tests. Put our respirators and make sure we can wear our respirators. So we hadn't done this shit since 2020. We hadn't.
Wow.
So, but the thing with it is, like, we hardly ever need them. We carry them. We have to have them. We have to know how to use them. We hardly use them. I hadn't put a respirator on in over 3 years, but after COVID and not having
Okay.
meetings in the office, they got
Yeah.
away. And once a year, you do a fit test on the respirator. Well, what's one thing that fucks up a fit test on a respirator? A beard. So
Yeah.
we are technically supposed to be clean shaven. I've gotten away with it. And then the last couple years, they've relaxed the rule for us shaving because we had good management that realized we don't really do that many jobs where we need a respirator. And the ones that we do, it's always like the 5 people that'll do it. So
Okay.
you're trained, you don't ever have to use it. Well, we have a new management that's trying to reinvent the wheel and whatever.
Always.
And so tomorrow when we go to this meeting, that's one of the things we got to do is have fit tests. And I don't know if like he's in there and there's like one person that can't get a good seal. He's just gonna be like, all right, everybody needs to shave. Next time I see you, everybody needs to be shaved. So possibility I might have to be shaving the
Huh.
old beard. I hope
That's
not.
interesting.
Yep. It makes me
Damn!
Or Yankees.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm being hopeful for that tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got any more stock and
No,
Lowe's talk?
no,
Anything
man.
we need to get at?
No,
I was going to show you this right here. I want to go back to this picture of Snake Eyes here.
Okay.
I was going to show all these hands that he's got. What are the ones in the middle?
Well, I mean the what?
The
Karate
glowing
chop.
ones.
And you got your Judy chop, all right? You got your karate chop, and you got your ninja chop.
That's exactly what those are.
It is what they are. They're going to karate chop. Don't go ninjaing nobody. Don't
That's
need
right.
ninjaing. I think we're about time to get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We got had a good crowd, 13 still hanging in through all of this. So guys, I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. And I know we've had a couple of lurkers. I've had one very special lurker that's been sending me some messages through this little stream. And then lovely Matthew tried to call me while we were on screen here.
He'll do that to you sometimes.
He's just crazy. Done got into the whiskeys a little bit on a Wednesday night. Gonna get up and go to work tomorrow. Like, all right, let's fix your back. Like, that's my arm.
Little Bushmills, baby.
It's my arm. It's my
Right?
other arm that's hurting. So, all right, let me remove this some bitch right here. So, Pop Blender, son, what do you have coming up on your channel that you want to plug? I have one last thing. I do have one final thing that I want to bring up.
Yeah, just Friday night with Punk at 10:30 Eastern. Be hanging out. So that's about it. Be chatting about life, about music. I don't know, video games. Beating people up. Reach around at a truck stop. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
What's the best truck stop in Detroit to find a lot lizard?
We'll see. We don't know.
You can put that on your list.
Yeah, I got some direction that will go and some fun questions. But yeah, we'll see.
Are you going to, when you submit those questions, are you going to say this question was submitted by, because I know you had info and questions. So like
nobody
wanted to know if
nobody sent me anything.
Oh man,
nothing. I mentioned a couple times, but nobody's really sent me anything on Instagram, and that's fine.
I asked because I sent you several, and I was hoping you'd do that. Viper Scout wants to know socks, crew cut or shoe, like down in the shoe cut.
Where are you getting that at?
I just made it up.
Okay. I was about to say. I said I don't see that shit.
I'm just making it up.
You know,
socks was a good one. Boxers or briefs.
No, but it'll be fun. So anyway, just be hanging out Friday night. So if everybody wants to come by, hang out. Be me and Punk chatting. and
I'll
it
be
won't.
there.
We're not going to go through his whole life, and you guys have heard all those stories. Every time you watch a Thursday with a friend, he gets into it. You guys have heard a lot of that stuff, so hopefully we'll kind of have some different conversation than just saying. So, when you went to high school, what did you like so? But there'll be some stuff that probably is similar. So,
I'm looking
uh,
forward to it.
yeah, it'd
That's
be
why I
fun.
was asking because I submitted a couple questions and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
I don't care if you do it that way. I just thought it'd be neat because that way, if it's something really fucked up question, that he'd know it's from me. Because I love him and I want to put him on the spot.
Did you know he got a USS flag and 8 shipwrecks?
I asked him. I said, whatever you do, stay away from the USS flag questions.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think we
want
did
any
have
of
one
that.
on there about something similar to that, but it wasn't
Yeah.
that exact one. So you got that coming up. You got
Yeah, that's
Tuesday
it.
night evening blend with Matthew after
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. Next
So,
Tuesday with Matthew.
your stream with Punk now that's going to be your whole Friday, right? You're not going to do like a hour and a half with him, and then he's going to leave, and you're going to do part of what your normal show would have been, or is it just
No, no,
that's
no, no,
it?
no. Yeah, we'll probably do, a couple hours and that's, wrap it up like
I
I normally do about 2 hours. So.
I say you guys do that. Take the temperature, see how everything's feeling. See what Punk's got to do. Then you just open that bitch up for a clubhouse.
Uh Man, I don't know. I don't want to be on there forever. I can tell you that right now. Uh,
Just spitballing here. It's just
yeah,
for
just
fun. Just for
spitballing,
fun. It's
just
just for fun,
spitballing.
guys.
Yeah, just jokes, just jokes, y'all.
Oh yeah, remember to bring that up. That's a good one. He always gets fired up for that one. And if you're trying to antagonize Matthew, you have to make sure you let Matthew know that Storm Shadow was a cobra.
Yes,
That's his favorite.
yes, he will always be a cobra to me.
Yeah, Matthew. I know Clubhouse is Saturday, but Pop could do a Clubhouse. It could be a Pop
Shit.
House. We get all these crazy fuckers that have been in here listening
No,
to us tonight.
I don't need to know
And
who made the ankle molds on the Savage Crucible figures.
oh, it's you directed here. This will be yours. You could throw sports questions out. Or toy sports questions about who sculpted the starting lineup, Kenner's starting lineup figures in 1988. Still got that Mike Schmidt.
Oh, I've got probably every Eagles figure they made. I've got who else? I got a bunch of my starting lineup still. I got a ton of
I
those
do
guys.
I
All
do
of them that I
still
have.
have the
Yeah,
88 Jordan in the package.
it's more like it, Matthew.
Got that 88.
Nice. Yeah.
He's going up for a dunk. 88
Yep.
Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Never opened him. That bubble's yellow as hell.
Listen, Viper Scout, John Cena turned heel when he
I heard
apologized
that.
to China for accidentally calling Taiwan a country. That's when he turned heel for me.
I heard.
But
He
anyway, I
did
digress.
He did a hill turn.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention to wrestling.
I ain't got nothing else because I don't have anything coming up. Because you know why? All the shit that I've ordered that should be here by now, I ain't heard a word about any of it. I'm getting a little pissed off about one certain situation. And that kind of brings me into the thing that I wanted to show real quick. This is the Super Musk from Ramen. I really want this thing, man. This Dio. It's like 4 feet deep. We've looked at it before. It's absolutely amazing. And he's thrown in that you're going to get the extra wall, which means if you break these bottom pieces up, you're going to get a wall wherever there would be a missing wall. When you break these up, you get an extra wall to make 2 sections. So it has hit some stretch goals
Sweet.
already. And so just you go to Ramen Toys, take a look at this. This is his big dio that's gonna basically blow the NECA street scene out of the water. I think
And it does come with that musky scent.
it does. It's a booty musk. So it's booty musk.
Delightful.
It's a turtle booty. But I didn't want to call attention to this. I told Ace,
no picture again. We got no pic
bitch.
again. Yep. You and I are looking at it. We're joking about that musky scent, and everybody here is like, fucking bullshit. Yeah.
Well,
so StreamYards is doing a
you can
beta
kiss
right
my
now.
ass,
Yeah, they're
StreamYard.
doing a beta on something they've just added. A couple things they've just added, and so I have a feeling that beta has kind of screwed up their whatever the hell you want to call it, connectivity and some of the other features. So it has to.
We are practicers of our craft. We are not masters. This was beyond our control.
Well, yeah, no, there's nothing you can do about this. I watched Nerdrotic, and he couldn't get certain things to show and play earlier. So yeah, it seems like a lot of people are having that problem. So
there we go. I lost it.
But yeah, you guys go get the musky ramen musker.
The musky dime wine.
Get so that musky wall.
What I really wanted to mention about it is it's got, I think, 5 days left on the early bird for the the full version of it is $249. When the early bird ends, it's going up to $299. So it is a good deal. It's worth it. I can't afford it right now, or I'd order it. It's badass. It's the diorama of the Televiper's gun.
Right.
It's the diorama of the brown spider. So I think that's about all.
Yeah,
maybe when we come back, this shit'll work. I hope you guys have enjoyed it.
I hope so.
Technical issues that really weren't our fault for a change, and we were both here on time. Only took one break. You didn't even take a break.
No, and I've really got to take a leak, so let's get out of here.
All right. I will be somewhere in chats and on the socials and all that stuff. If I buy something to review, I will do a review. This weekend, I will probably be spending most of it working on the Tuco Viper videos because they are in the beginning stages. They are done. I've got the first 4 segments of it are done. So that means 4 of the people that have participated and I got all their stuff, their video is done. So I'll be back to working on that, knocking that shit out. I think the project's getting ready to start moving a little faster now. I know it will be in another state by this time next week. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait to get that video done and get that out for you guys. We're going to have a party when that premiere happens in like probably September. But anyway, that's all I got, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And always enjoy chatting with everybody. You guys are good friends. I appreciate you showing up for us when there's other stuff going on this night as well. Just the way it works. And we're all pretty much friends with that group. It happens. You're going to double up at some point, and Wednesdays has become a double up night.
That's true.
Just the name of the YouTube game, I guess. It's just how it be. Oh, well, that is all I got. I am Down South 77, aka 3-star draw, and you are.
Oh, me? That's me. I'm Pop Blender. Hit it. Let's get out of here.
When we coming back?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Get ready for a surprise.